What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. Today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Manchester City's game against West Ham in the Premier League. Huge game. Why? Because it's the final game of the season, and Manchester City know that a win today and Manchester City will make history. It will be 4 Premier League trophies in a row, an accomplishment that has never been done before, and Manchester City are right on the cusp of making history. All we need to do today is win. We could also win the Premier League, so the permutations, they're pretty simple. Arsenal are currently 2 points behind Manchester City, with them having a superior goal difference. So if Arsenal win against Everton at the Emirates Stadium today and Manchester City draw, because of Arsenal's better goal difference, they would win the Premier League. An Arsenal draw and a Manchester City draw, or an Arsenal draw and a Manchester City loss, won't be enough for Arsenal. It is a must-win game for them. So anything other than an Arsenal win and Man City win the Premier League, regardless of what happens here in this game at the Etihad Stadium today. Manchester City, it's very simple. We just need to win this game. We win this game, we are Premier League champions. So there we go. So before I do crack on with this live watch-along extravaganza, which is why we've gone live 2 hours before kickoff, do make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Now less than 300 subscribers away from my aim of 35,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, you can find them in the description or on the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes. We're already making good strides towards that. 66 likes to go. Can we hit 100 likes before kickoff? That would be absolutely brilliant. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. As I said, 100 likes is the aim, and do get your thoughts as well in the live chat. We've got a poll running in the live chat. Do you think Manchester City are going to win the Premier League or not today? Currently 29 votes in. 100% of people are saying yes, which is things we absolutely do love to see. In the chat today, we have got Happiness. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. We've got Rinell as well. Much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. Royan, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Alec as well. Daniel, thank you for tuning in. Marcus, thank you for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. So I do want to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Alternatively, you can just use it in the live chat or the QR code on screen. It'll take you to the download page to download the free SofaScore app. SofaScore is very highly rated because it's absolutely brilliant. It's going to keep you guys up to date today throughout the Premier League final game. So do go and check it out. It will also keep you up to date with all the other football scores from around the grounds. It will keep you up to date with all the latest scores from all the sports that you guys all love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. As I said, do go check it out. Links and details, they are in the description. Anyone that does download the free SofaScore app does help to support the future content created here on my channel. I will roll my promo video and then we'll speak a little bit about the game. So thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. As I said, do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Remember, it is a free app to download. So, how are the nerves, everybody? How's everybody feeling? Get your thoughts in the live chat now. I've been very confident over the last few days. And I've got firm belief. I'm extremely confident that City are going to get the job done. And then, about 2 hours before I've gone live here, the nerves really kicked in, and I don't know why. Manchester City have got a brilliant, motivated team with something to play for. West Ham have got a brilliant attack. I don't rate their midfield and defence. I think there's vulnerabilities there, and I think City can really target that. But on paper, you'd expect Manchester City to win today's game, and you'd expect them to do it comfortably, and they've got nothing to play for, as Daniel says in the chat. So, because of that, you would expect Man City to turn up and really just make a professional job of this. But I don't know. I've just got a funny feeling that West Ham are going to keep things very tight. They're going to make life very difficult for City. I'll be amazed if Arsenal aren't 3-0 up at half-time. So I think it's really important that Manchester City are at least ahead by half-time. So pressure isn't being put onto us, because remember, if Arsenal are 3-0 up at half-time and we're drawing 0-0, it's squeaky bum time. And what we can't afford is to allow West Ham to get a goal or score first. Man City need to be really careful of that. So we've really got to treat this like any other Premier League game. We've got to treat it as we're looking to try and score the opening goal in this game. We're looking to try and find that killer 2-goal cushion if we can find it. We've got to try and put this game to bed as quickly as possible. That's what Arsenal are going to be trying to do today in their game against Everton. So that is what Manchester City need to try and target to get sorted and try and get this game wrapped up ASAP. And I think if City can really take the game to West Ham, go all-out attack and really go ham on the West Ham goal, try and grab that opening goal, I think City can really build upon that. What we don't want is a Queen's Park Rangers or an Aston Villa moment on the final day, and that's the only glimmer of hope that Arsenal have got. Arsenal, they've already sent out letters to the local council preparing for a trophy parade. Michail Arteta, in the build-up to the game, has already come out and said he's really confident that they're going to win the Premier League. The guy in charge at the Premier League is at the Emirates Stadium today, not the Etihad Stadium. So Manchester City, Arsenal are preparing themselves to try and win the Premier League. We've got a job to do. It is win or bust today for Manchester City. We're right on the verge. We're right on the cusp. We picked up a brilliant away win against Spurs midweek. We need to follow that up and try and get a job done here against West Ham. David Moyes' final game in charge at West Ham. They're going to want to try and spoil things for Manchester City. We need to turn up and get the job done, and hopefully Man City can go out there and make that happen, because that would be absolutely brilliant. And I always do my extravaganzas when there's trophies on the line. As I said, I was alright this morning, I was perfectly fine yesterday. It got to about a couple of hours ago around lunchtime, and all of a sudden nerves started to kick in. So going live here really helps me to settle down, because it keeps my mind active, it keeps it focused. I'm working hard on doing the stream and everything, that it allows me not to really dwell on things with regards to this game and how big it is and how important it is, which is why I asked how you guys are feeling, and there's a lot of confidence out there, so I absolutely love that. So yeah, do get your score predictions, guys. What are you thinking? I want to be really optimistic and say City are going to do what Arsenal are going to do, and that's try and kill this game off ASAP, and City 3-0 up at half-time, and we'll coast from there. So we will see. Aways, thanks for tuning in. Adam, thanks for tuning in. Nadir, thanks for tuning in. Earthball, thanks for tuning in. CK as well, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Ben as well, hello, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. As I said, get your score predictions. So Alec going 5-0. Haaland with a brace. Foden with a brace. And Bernardo Silva. Today could be Bernardo Silva's final Premier League game for Manchester City, and that is a petrifying thought. City have got a display on offer for both Bernardo Silva and for Ederson. I presume, rather than rumours going round of Ederson leaving, that's in basically in show of support of Ederson and picking up an injury, because he's out of today's game and he's out of the cup final next week against United. So it will be Stefan Ortega starting, fresh from his title winning, I'm hoping title winning save midweek on Tuesday against Tottenham Hotspur. Nam, thanks for tuning in, says thoughts on Bruno Guimaraes coming to Manchester City. I think he's certainly an option. Another man, Lucas Paqueta for West Ham today. He's another option for Manchester City. All depends on finances. We will be stepping up all the transfer content for you guys. You will be pleased to hear ever popular daily series of Manchester City transfer updates returning from June for you guys to look forward to and enjoy in just a couple of weeks' time. So I'll be keeping you up to date with all the latest on Lucas Paqueta and Bruno Guimaraes. I like him. I think he's a good player. I don't think I'd spend over the odds, is my honest opinion on him. Adam, thanks for tuning in, going 4-0 half-time, 7-0 full-time to Manchester City. Love that. Harry, thanks for tuning in, going 2-0 Manchester City. Dudley going 4-0. Just thanks for tuning in, says you're not winning, mate. I'm confident City are going to get the job done. I presume that Just is an Arsenal fan, and I think that's more in hope, more than expectation, that Manchester City aren't winning today. Big Morgan, thanks for tuning in, going 5-0 Foden hat-trick. Love that. Nadir going 3-1 to Manchester City. Lee, thanks for tuning tuning in, going for a 4-0 victory for Manchester City. As I said, guys, get your score predictions in the live chat. Daniel, transfer window opens in July. Clubs will be trying to get deals sorted throughout June, so they'll start to find agreements. Normally by the second week of June, teams really start to talk to clubs and start to sort transfers out. I presume that teams might want to go the week earlier to try and get things maybe at least the ball rolling in certain cases, because you've got major tournaments happening, which does complicate things this summer. You've got European Championships, you've got the Copa America as well. So we will see. But yeah, we'll be going daily Manchester City transfer updates from June for you guys to enjoy. Earthball saying he prefers City to win the title over Arsenal today. Greg, thanks for tuning in. Says a City win today, and it is in the bag, certainly. Marcus saying I'm nervous, can't even concentrate on his studies. It's what Manchester City Football Club does to you guys. Man, thanks for tuning in. Says Doku has to start, going for a 4-0 Manchester City win. Do you know what? I've got a feeling Pep's going to really change and shake things up. I don't know why, but I've got a feeling that there's going to be a Doku or a Jack Grealish starting or something just to shake it up. We will see. Alec asking, who is the ref? Well, if you go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore, links and details, they are in the description. So I'm just going to open that up for you guys, because they do provide all the latest build-up for you guys. And, of course, that's what I'm going to be doing for you guys today as well, in helping to provide all the build-up once the teams have been announced in roughly 40 minutes' time, along with my half-time and full-time analysis for you guys to enjoy. They do also offer you information, including live league tables, where you can watch the game on today. So if you're not at the Etihad and you're watching in the UK, game being broadcast live on Sky Sports main event. Match taking place at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester, and the referee is John Brooks. There we go. All information there on the app that you can go and check out. As I said, it is a free app. Links and details there in the description. SofaScore asking, who do I think is going to win today's game? I'm going with Manchester City. 66% of people going with a Manchester City win, 14% for a draw, and 20% for a West Ham win. Remember, must win today for Manchester City. Anything other than a Manchester City victory and Arsenal, they're going to win the Premier League. It's as simple as that. So that is what Manchester City have to try and stop. We're going to try and stop Arsenal today from winning the Premier League, which is why there's so much support for Manchester City out there. And Arsenal looking to try and win their first Premier League in, 20-odd years. So it's a big day for both clubs. Manchester City, I'm confident we can get the job done. I'm going 3-0 Manchester City, and I'm chucking it out there. Erling Haaland's on 27 Premier League goals. I'm going hat-trick Haaland and 30 Premier League goals again for him, and he missed a couple of months for Manchester City as well, which Haaland's not meant to be in form. He's not had a very good season, and still could well hit 30 Premier League goals and missed a couple of months through injury as well. Kevin De Bruyne, another thing to keep an eye on. He's needing a hat-trick of assists today to go level, I think, with Ollie Watkins. If he doesn't pick up any assists today in Aston Villa's game away at Crystal Palace, then he will go level with Ollie Watkins in terms of the assist charts, and keeping an eye on goal contributions as well. Erling Haaland is level with Ollie Watkins on that with goals and assists. So hopefully there's some personal attributes there to be achieved by some of the Manchester City players as well, to go on top of Phil Foden being awarded the Premier... Has he been awarded the Premier League? Was it Sky Sports? I can't remember, but Phil Foden was named Player of the Season, so let's have a look. I can't remember if it was Sky Sports or the Premier League's official one. Player of the Season. It was the EA Sports Player of the Season. There we go. The Men's Premier League Player of the Season for Phil Foden, as voted for by the Football Writers Association. So fantastic achievement there for Phil Foden. I think it was Cole Palmer that took the Young Player of the Season. Of course, Man City sold him in the summer to Chelsea, and he's had a brilliant campaign. Alec reckons some Bernardo Silva magic today. Could well be some Bernardo Silva magic. Could be the last time we see Bernardo Silva at the Etihad Stadium. Really let that sink in. Really let that sink in. Matt, thanks for tuning in, says Manchester City in smash mode today. I would love that. Jason, thanks for tuning in, says, hi JSGC, what are the chances next season will be Pep's last season? There's some rumours, some murmurs going out there saying that it is going to be Pep Guardiola's last season at Manchester City. I really hope it isn't. I think it all comes down to motivation. I think a lot depends on what happens with the 115 charges from the Premier League. And I think Pep Guardiola, I think now more so than ever, considering he's won the Premier League and could make history with Man City today, may just feel that next season might be the right time for him to leave Manchester City, with Man City at an all-time high. As I said, it all depends on motivation and what he's wanting to achieve. Is he wanting a break? Because at the moment, Pep Guardiola's got things very good at Man City. If there's any player out there who wants to go and sign City, he'll do everything they can to go and do so. He's very well paid. He gets everything he wants from Manchester City. It is the perfect place for Pep Guardiola. So when Pep Guardiola does decide to leave, it will be for his own personal reasons and nothing more. And if that is to be next season, then it's going to be next season. It'll be a very emotional day. I'm hoping that he will sign a new contract, and maybe we'll get an extra season or two out of Pep Guardiola. We'll have to wait and see. Do remember Jurgen Klopp, that old rivalry, Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, is no more. Jurgen Klopp's got his last game today in Liverpool's home match against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Alex says Sven will be here today. Love that. Diagnosed with terminal cancer, very sad, earlier this year, and it'll be fantastic to see Sven-Göran Eriksson, former Manchester City man, there watching City and what will hopefully be Man City winning the Premier League. It'd be really nice to see Sven hand the trophy over as well. Yeah, very desperate, very sad, but it's really good to see Sven getting out, really enjoying his life and living it to the fullest, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Daniel says, what manager would I like to see take over when Pep Guardiola leaves? I've always been a fan of Mikel Arteta. I know opinions are very divided on him. I've always felt like he would be perfect. He's got very similar philosophy to Pep Guardiola. There's a reason why Arsenal have ran as close in 2 consecutive Premier League title races. He's got that winning mentality. He's just not as good as Pep, but he's not far away, in my opinion. And I think he'd be the ideal choice. I just don't think he'll leave Arsenal to join Manchester City. So it leaves it open for interpretation. Big surprise, De Zerbi's left Brighton. It's his final game today in their match against Manchester United. He was believed, I thought he was anyway. He was off to Bayern Munich, but it isn't the case. So who knows? Who knows? There'll be a whole host of names out there. What I will guarantee you is whoever we bring in, because we've already got the best manager in the world in charge, it's going to be a bit of a come down for us, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it to prepare for it. But as I said, it is what it is. Today, it's all about Manchester City. It's all about trying to beat West Ham. It's all about trying to win the Premier League, to make history and make it 4 Premier League trophies in a row, something that has never, ever been done before, and hopefully Manchester City can go and achieve that. Team news out in half an hour. As I said, it is an extravaganza, and it can't be a JSGC extravaganza without having some entertainment. So, team news out in half an hour. I've got half an hour of entertainment. I'm going to go and make myself a couple of cold drinks. It's a nice, warm, hot day, no cloud in the sky. Very un-Manchester today, but yeah, I'm going to go and get myself some refreshments sorted for that. So, I've got a special Manchester vlog for you guys to sit back, relax and enjoy, and when team news is out, I will see you for that, and we'll speak more about the teams and the direction that this game could head in. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Don't forget to like the video. Now 34 likes away from 100 likes, aiming for that by the time kickoff comes around. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore, and I will see you all ready for team news very soon.
Just been one due to technical issues. Like I said, the editor has deleted my intro for this video, so I'm going to do it right now for you guys. But we'll kick off this video at the Alchemist, so don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the mixed, as well. We'll kick off this video in the Alchemist, Manchester. Cheers.
Once actually, we're going to try it out, a breakfast, a birthday meal, and so let's see what's on offer, and of course cocktails. Said they've never disappointed with cocktails, and they won't now. But if you ever do have a chance to visit Alchemist, I recommend it.
12 seconds later.
Aaron's on the
posh Alchemist water treat. Probably gonna get charged for that.
I'm on water.
You're in a bar and you're on water. What have you ordered?
Right, we've gone for two. Well, for once we've gone for the breakfast because I've been wanting to try this for a while, haven't we, Joyce?
Yes.
So we've gone for the full Alchemist, what we've gone for. And to drink, on the new porn star for Joyce, we may have gone for 3.5 ounces of happiness.
What do you get to keep with that?
You get to keep a hip flask, you can get it $13.50.
Mine was £10.50 and I think the breakfast was £11 each. So, looking forward to it. We like Alchemist. CK Flex.
Yeah. I'm from Vegas, this.
Nice! Yeah. Right, what are you on?
Right, as you can see guys, we're on the 3.5 ounce of happiness.
Let's get a little close up of that flask.
Yeah, I'll turn it here, what you get.
Oh, it's got the logo on and everything.
You get to keep it as well, this flask, so there you go. Keep it.
Nice. Ready for the pour?
Yep.
It's red. I wasn't expecting red. £13.5 fills up. 3.5 ounces fills up halfway, and the rocks there topping it up.
It's just over 100 ml per half.
Smells nice.
Very nice.
But it's got Broker's Gin,
Yeah.
Chambord,
That is
Vermouth.
what Chambord. What's that got? Vermouth.
Rubinio Vermouth, Citrus, Bristol Syrup Raspberry, and yeah, hip flasks all mixed into one. And that looks like orange
Norwich garnish.
garnish as well.
That's so very nice.
Very nice. Smells nice anyway, doesn't it?
It does. It's a raspberry can smell like that.
Well, that's nice.
I was wondering what the orange taste was.
I'm not a real fan of gin, but that's nice. I don't like gin-based cocktails. That is nice.
Like the one I had last week that I made myself, the gin and basil smash, that was nice and refreshing.
Makes you feel warm inside. Right, I'm on. Called the new porn star. So this has got Grey Goose vodka.
Grey Goose.
Yeah. Passoa, Martini, Martini Ambretta, pineapple, passion fruit, caviar, and this.
You can see the caviar if you look closely.
And so we've got caviar in here.
There we go. Yep.
So that's just fish eggs. So I'm gonna have to try.
I've never had caviar.
Well, we're gonna try it.
First time for everything.
First time for everything. So first we'll
that's a
try
new porn
this.
star.
Let's have a taste. I wish I had a passion fruit. It's nice. I prefer the porn star martini, but it's nice. What do you think, Mixer?
Refreshing taste. Certainly refreshing. But like I said, I prefer the porn star martini, but I prefer that vanilla taste with it. It makes it a little bit sweeter. But I want a couple of notes, so like a nice tangy refreshness to it, the new porn star.
So I'm just going to taste caviar, because I've never had it before. Trying caviar, tasting caviar.
He's been in that mood all day. He's wanted to show me that one all day.
Caviar, we certainly are moving up in the world, aren't we?
You don't see poor people doing that!
Well, for the first time, let's try caviar. But there's usually black in it. I see what you mean, it is. It's a lot nicer than what I thought it would be. Well, you want to have a taste of that, is it?
Go on. Is this meant to be like your replacement for your Prosecco? No, that's not great.
I don't like it. One thing I would do, you like it?
That'll be the thing with caviar.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Now you have an option, you can either sip it.
Yeah, this is the question now. There's not a right or wrong with the porn star. You can sip it or you can actually pour it. And he's gone for that option now. That's what you can do. You can sip it. Like, why drink a porn star? Just stirring it.
Probably committing a drinking crime here, but I'm not bothered. There you go.
Can you address it in the comments like that?
Not really making any difference to the taste.
Yeah, just waiting for our breakfast now. I'm looking forward to this.
Starving.
I'm starving as well. Really, really looking forward to it.
Right on cue that we're starving. Breakfast is here. We went for poached eggs. Could have had fried, could have had scrambled. Some potato tops as well. Aaron's on the exact same.
Yeah. Full Alchemist. We're just saying, we're kicking off our day in Manchester with the Alchemist. We're going for breakfast. We won't be one to do this.
No better way to kick off a day.
No, we'll be an Alchemist.
It'd be rude not to have a screwball, one of my favourite drinks from the Alchemist. And Aaron's too. How was your breakfast?
It's really quite nice, to be honest.
Out of 10?
Probably 6 like that. Because if I'm brutally honest, it's nothing
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah, no, if I was going to Wetherspoons like
It's a standard, I won't compare it to a Wetherspoons, but it's a standard breakfast. It was nice.
Yeah, it's still
Just
nice.
filled a gap, did the job.
That's one thing I will compliment you. But the cocktails, beautiful.
They're 9, even 10 out of 10s. And what you want?
Now, one the famous screwball.
Have you done a recreation?
I have. So that's why I've got one. I want to taste it for the first time.
Go for it.
It just hits you straight away, the bubblegum, that signature cocktail, just, ooh. I'm glad they brought it back, so well done to you, The Alchemist.
How dangerous is The Alchemist, Aaron?
We like to live dangerously.
I also like to live dangerously.
It's very nice, though.
It is very nice.
Could even just spend all day.
Highly recommended.
But give that much to me, I'm on the water.
Lightweight.
Thank you very much. There you go, a bubble one.
Wow. That's bubbling. It's going to go over.
Alright.
Oh dear. You'll get your picture or it
Yeah.
bubbles over.
As you can see, it's foamy, very, very foamy. So the reaction to that is the dry ice. And this is the very liquid, they can say.
Which
You
is
can see that bubble bath look.
washing up liquid if you're watching anywhere other than in the UK.
It's quite nice.
The aftermath of the bubble bath. It's nearly bubbled down now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's still bubbling though. Great time.
Where are we?
Okay, let's see if we get in. So well played, but I just want to try the Manchester scene.
Is there anything more Manchester scene than Aaron's casual walk on that couch? The Arcane. How's your complimentary water?
What was the first time you did it after the session now?
It's nice. It's nice in here. Liking the deck.
Very chic.
What you on?
As you can tell, guys, we are now in the Arcane bar in Manchester. So I've ordered a rendezvous, and Jason's ordered Uncle Ray's a very bad man.
A very bad man.
Yeah, this is their golden milk. I bet you it says now. It's Uncle Ray.
This is
The King's Way as well.
Uncle Ray is a bad man. And you're on a rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
With a nice little backdrop as well for Aaron there. How does it taste? Wow. It's fruity, but that has a proper kick to
I
it.
told you, it's Uncle Ray. It's proof.
Nice. Nice.
That is 63%.
63.
Reminds me of the tiki cocktail.
Yeah. How did yours taste, the rendezvous?
It's very interesting. It's like a milkshake, but a boozy one. Sort of reminds me.
Yeah.
I could tell that's sort of football.
It's nice though.
I could tell that's very nephew.
Love it. Let me have a taste of yours. Is that rendezvous?
Yeah.
Nice. I think we may have to have a second drink and I might have to have a rendezvous. How was your trip to Arcane then?
It's very nice actually. I enjoyed it. It's very nice, relaxed atmosphere, so I enjoyed everything about it. The cocktails to the atmosphere, so the rendezvous was very nice. Josh, do you say what about your cocktail?
Yeah, it's nice. I had the Bray and Nephew.
Uncle Ray is a very wrong man.
That's the one, yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Good. Recommend.
It's like a tiki cocktail, so I would highly recommend it. So if you like your tikis, I'd come here and rendezvous, I'd recommend.
It's very relaxed here as well. I think we'll definitely be back. Yeah, right, we're on to Science and Industry at Cane and Grain, I think it's called. We'll see you there.
See you there.
You're the boy.
Welcome back guys, as you can see we're now in Science and Industry, which is Cane and Grain. If you're in Manchester Northern Quarters, go to Cane and Grain and you go upstairs and it takes you to Science and Industry. So for this, you got to do it through the app like the others. So scan through to the menu. So don't forget to ask the staff for the Wi-Fi password, as we had a little bit of trouble with it.
We couldn't connect to our mobile data for some reason.
Especially 4G, it's just very slow here, so just ask for the Wi-Fi password.
It is password protected.
So staff are very friendly, so don't be afraid to ask them. And then they'll take you through to the menu where you finally do connect through to the app, take you to the website. Then you just put your orders in. It's I've gone for a Black Emerald and just you see what you've gone for. Which was on Black Emerald. The man said an espresso cocktail, so let's see how it is. We'll match an espresso martini. I'm looking forward to it, as it does have a good reputation in the science industry. Hopefully it will let us down.
Another relaxed atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite busy outside though, so it's quite nice vibe, so we'll see. But up here is quite nice and friendly, it's quiet up here.
Nice.
VIP.
Let's wait for them drinks.
Yeah.
Good swizzle. An Aaron's espresso.
Black Emerald.
Black Emerald.
An espresso cocktail.
How does it taste?
How does it taste? The espresso cocktail is very nice. I'd recommend it. I do like it because it's got a nice foamy head to it. Might be a cold one, but it's certainly a lovely espresso cocktail. Beautiful. What is it, Jess?
A good swizzle.
Good swizzle. So we'll taste notes so we go.
Packs a punch. Proper packs a punch, that. Tastes like Christmas. Taste it.
So that's good, but that's beautiful. That.
Packs a punch, that, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
It is.
You had the rum again?
I have no idea, I think so. Just one that took.
Quite sweet cocktails, was it?
One that took my fancy.
Beautiful, like that.
Yeah. Have a taste of yours.
It's interesting, isn't it?
That is an interesting taste.
It is for an espresso cocktail, I like it. It's interesting.
It's the head, it's foam's nice.
And it's quite sweet as well.
That's nice.
That's Tetris and a thousand, I think.
Charlemagne.
Or is it Tetris and 10,000? I don't know.
And Tetris and 10,000, I think.
Tetris 10 in the 10,000, I don't know.
Tetris.
Tetris.
The one at the top.
Tetris.
The one at the top.
One at the top, like that. Call it Tetris. So if you can see the garnish. So we'll just go with Tetris, we'll keep it simple. So how does Tetris taste? Nice music. Very nice. Such. Tetris. That's what mine tastes like. It's strong, it's got a kick. I can taste it now, I was gonna say it's a bit of water though, yeah. We still not had an opinion yet.
It's very bitter.
It's a bitter one, right?
Yeah. I think you like this.
Is it like a Negroni? Is it like a Italian aperitif, like that? Italian aperitif? So.
Try it.
It's strong about this, it's strong. I do like it, it's because I can see it's very bitter nose to it.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Vegas. You know that one I had in Vegas that I didn't like? That bitter one.
Oh, what's it called now?
Strawberry Fields. Strawberry Fields.
Yeah. They're like sour taste of drink.
No.
I'm not touching Campari though, it's not that bitter. Bitter nose, but it's not Campari like the proper Italian bitters. Sure, the Charlemagne, so I don't know if just GC chose that because the name Charlemagne, so do you a little bit of research on that? If you know who he is.
Nope.
Who does to you?
Oh, I'm not that
The
detailed.
first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. There we go. Charlemagne.
There you go. There you go.
2,000 years later.
As you can see, guys, we're in the Cosmopolis, Manchester. It's very, very busy.
And loud.
Yeah, very loud. So it's a very vibrant atmosphere, so I had to shout it. But they didn't have sake, which I'm very, very disappointed about. I wanted sake.
You wanted that Japanese lager?
I did. Because I've been looking forward to sake, but oh well.
He's getting another Japanese lager instead, which he's got just there.
I'm just so disappointed. Maybe I'll have to look online. So, any recommendations for sake, please tell me. I want to know. I want to try Japanese.
I'm getting a Sheffield vibe. Aspal cider. There we go. Finally, food.
So as you can see for size, we're on the front crackers in Cosmopolis.
Prawn crackers, they're nice. We've got some chili sauce going, so it is bloody hot. We all know what I'm like with spice, not very good, so for the content, I'll do it. Chili sauce, but it's nice. And my mouth's on fire.
I tell you who would like it.
My mouth's on fire, I've got hiccups, oh my god. Why have I done this? I know I can't do spice, why have I done this? What you on, Aaron?
Fuck no. He goes to the mushroom.
We want to see your chopstick skills.
Okay. It's terrible.
Doesn't use them.
Okay. I'm no big great at this.
To be fair, that looks quite nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah. I'm on some lamb.
Lamb
Sakuni. I'm not sure how to pronounce Sakuni, I think that is. Pretty much lamb kebab. Very nice as well, actually. I just panned round to it. There you go. Very nice. Lovely. Delicious. Face of a man that's just found out that his team's lost today.
Not in a bad mood.
How was your food?
Well, apart from shit team passing up, but that's beautiful food. It's really nice. He goes to mushroom out in front. Cool, actually. He said when the mushroom sauce is just beautiful.
Mine was nice too. Very nice.
What did you have, Stuart?
I had the lamb and some sesame rice, very nice.
So I recommend it, but yours was nice and mine.
Very nice. Lamb cooked perfectly, so really nice.
It was a beautiful. Can't complain at all.
Good cocktail now, aren't we?
Yes. So we'll see how the cocktails magic away.
Nice.
Last cocktail of the day, our last serving.
Nice.
So I've gone for the pink pepper and show.
Because they didn't have...
They didn't have shisha and blackberry, which is very disappointing, but I know it's sake, so here we are.
Backups.
Backups, yeah. We're having to improvise, go to our backup.
Our contingencies. Yeah.
That's that one.
Is it?
Tell us it's a cute cocktail.
Oh. 1 minute.
Pink pepper and show.
Ooh, that is sour. But it's not bad. It's not bad. What am I on?
Almond raspberry.
Almond raspberry. I was going to have the same as Aaron before. That isn't bad. That's not bad. That really isn't bad. That's quite sweet. I like. Me gusta.
So we're on the pink pepper and show. It's not bad at all. If you like your tequila, you will like it.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice taste. Takes up as a kid to it. Not like as a kid.
Nice. Drink our cocktails. We're going to head back to Manchester Piccadilly. Head on home. We'll see what else we get up to before we head on home. How was your day?
Fantastic. Which I can't complain. It's been a very happy 30th birthday from the Mixed.
Alchemist, how did you rate that?
Never let me down. Because breakfast probably nothing special like that.
No.
For what's worth 11.50 like that. That's better. But the cocktails are just absolutely beautiful, especially the screwballs, because if you ever do go to Alchemist, do get the screwballs,
yeah.
I can't recommend it high enough. It's absolutely
100%.
beautiful. I'm real happy they brought it back, so I go for Alchemist 8 out of 10.
Oh,
you guys
100%.
never ever let me down, you guys never have.
I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10, I like Alchemist.
Yeah. Because their breakfast is nice, because I can't complain, no, it's just pricing.
No. It's always a reasonable price there, it's always good.
Next is the Arcane bars, because it's a very nice vibe, it's very quiet, and I enjoyed it really. Nice
Underrated, it was
it's
something
underrated.
I wasn't sure what to expect, and it ended up being really good.
Yeah, again,
really good.
I enjoyed the cocktails there, 8 out of 10, because I can't complain, oh, it's a nice vibe, a nice atmosphere.
Nice sofa.
Nice cocktails and nice sofa, yeah. Can't complain.
Arcane, good. Another 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd happily spend all day there.
Yeah, very, very casual, very relaxed.
Next up is the Science and Industry, which is the King and Grain.
Yeah.
Because if you go upstairs, it's Science and Industry. Again, the cocktails were beautiful. And I really did enjoy the cocktails. For me, it's 9 out of 10. Nice music, nice vibe. It's fantastic. It's
just a shame that our 4G wasn't working, that we had to use the Wi-Fi, but once that had been cleared up, nice and smooth.
Yeah,
nice
use the Wi-Fi and that cleared
Good
up.
staff as well.
Yeah, because they're very friendly, very helpful, and I can't speak kindly enough of them. And I enjoyed my time there.
Super.
And the last but not least is Cottonopolis, because quite a mouthful, but the food was beautiful. It's because Japanese food is beautiful. It's because what did you think of it, Just Juicy?
Food was small in portion, but extremely extremely filling. It's not the cheapest of places to eat, but it is really nice. Now I got the lamb something or another that was on the flaming grill. That was really nice. Sucani.
I think that's how you say it.
Extremely nice.
It's beautiful.
Extremely nice.
And that was
yours was
King
the
oyster
oyster
mushroom,
yeah.
I think. Because mine's very nice. Because I didn't quite look what I was expecting. But it's still very nice. Because I was expecting like shell of it, but it's...
Prawn crackers were really nice. Chili sauce, not so much, but that's just because I don't like chili sauce.
Yeah, it's because it's very nice. Chili sauce is just very, very hot.
Yeah, and drinks really nice in there, and prawn crackers really nice, and rice again, really nice.
It's
you get chopsticks as well.
You get
Good.
the full vibe. It's
Really
very vibrant atmosphere, which it was filling as well. To say a full atmosphere,
100%.
But it's loaded, and my only disappointment is I didn't get the Saki that I wanted. Because there's one reason why I want to go there.
100%.
So for me, it gets a 7 out of 10. Because the substitute's alright, but not quite the full experience that I wanted. I wanted Saki.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Really good though. Right, do you want to sign it off?
But for the 30th birthday, I can't complain Manchester. It's because they're certainly delivered up to the bill. I'd give it an overall 8 out of 10. I've really enjoyed my 30th birthday with Church Juices because it's been a fantastic day out.
Good day, thank you very much.
Good day, very welcome. Because I may have both spent.
It happened.
But it's my 30th birthday. It's a one-off. You only turned 30 once.
Certainly did.
So I've enjoyed the day. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog as well and the day out. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment to Mix It. And I hope you enjoyed this vlog with us. As we'll take you through my 30th birthday. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. And I will see you guys for the next hotel video.
And next time we're back, Manchester, we're hoping soon to be able to take you through every single Witherspoons in Manchester City Centre. That'll be another one for people to look forward to. So make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on to Mixed. Fantastic. Thank you everyone for the support. And we'll be back again very soon. So, I'm in JSGC, KV Mixed. Fantastic. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you all again for the next video. Plenty more vlogs to come, plenty more cocktail videos to come. We'll see you then.
Peace. Ciao for now, and I hope you enjoyed my last day of being in my 20s, so I will see you guys soon when I'm in my 30s.
I survived. I got through it and I survived.
Perfect stuff, and that leads us, ladies and gentlemen, very nicely into the team news for Manchester City, which I'm going to go through in just one moment. Just like to say a warm welcome to Brian for tuning in. Sanasi as well, thank you for tuning in. Colonel, thanks for tuning in. Trebo going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. Nadir, thanks for tuning in. Mario, thanks for tuning in. And Boy Racer as well. We did have fun in them bars, I can confirm. So, rumours are circulating about Manchester City and who our starting 11 is going to be. There has been various sources saying different things about the team, but one thing I am hearing, or the big team news for Manchester City today, is Jeremy Doku comes into the side and Kovacic is out. So Kovacic is going to be on the bench, Doku comes in, and Doku's either going to be occupying either the right-hand side or the left-hand side today for Manchester City, so we'll see what wing he does end up for. So Manchester City choosing to look for more pace. I presume he's going to go on that left wing for Manchester City today, and on the right wing you're probably going to be seeing either Phil Foden or Bernardo Silva or Kevin De Bruyne or one of many, whoever wants to go on that right-hand side for City is what I'm expecting to see. So going with one less midfielder and going with an attacker instead, which tells you a lot about what Man City are expecting from West Ham in this game, and that is that low block approach, that part the bus approach, that keep things tight, keep things compact, try and stop Manchester City's creativity, try and stop our fluidity in front of goal, and try and force the issue that way. And Manchester City, one last push, need to be at our creative, clinical best. As I was saying before, we put the entertainment on. It's more important now this season than at any other point that Manchester City treat this like any other game, which is we've got to create our opportunities, we've got to be clinical in front of goal, we've got to game manage to the best of our ability, we've got to ensure that we're keeping the ball, our ball retention's very good, our pressing game's very good, we're weary of West Ham's quality on the counter-attack, we're weary of West Ham's ability from set play, we're weary of their ability to get their attackers involved in the game, and we manage the situation, we manage the game that way, we push on from there, and we try and win this game. Photo, thanks for tuning in, going for a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. So guys, please do leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes before kickoff. We're now 17 likes away from that goal, so any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. You can find them in the description if you want to follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries, and do get your thoughts as well in the live chat. Finally, I would say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. You can go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. They're going to be helping me with the team news, which has just come out, and I'm going to go through once I've rolled this promo video. Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. So let's go and have a look then at team news, the confirmed team news that is, and see what is happening from there. As I've just got the Crawley Town Crew Alexandra game on, and Crawley Town have just beaten Crew in the League 2 playoff final to be promoted to League 1, and some great scenes there in the Crawley end, so a big congratulations to them. Sealing promotion today from League 2 to League 1. So let's have a look at the teams then. So Manchester City, we'll go with City first. So we're lining up today with an average age of 27.7 years, lining up with a 4-1-4-1 formation with Stefan Ortega starting in goal. Captain Kyle Walker starts on the right-hand side, Josko Gvardiol on the left-hand side, with Ruben Dias and Manuel Akanji starting as our two centre-backs. Gvardiol is going to want to get forward. That does mean that Akanji will probably go on the left, Kyle Walker on the right, and Ruben Dias through the middle. I'm surprised we've not gone with Kovacic for extra protection and thought about maybe putting one of Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, or De Bruyne on the bench, in particular De Bruyne with his heel injury that he got against Spurs, but he's been given the nod here. So I imagine that City were looking for us to try and be at our creative best, that in an ideal world ahead of the European Championships and ahead of the FA Cup final next weekend, that Kevin De Bruyne does 60 odd minutes here or so. Would be great to try and get things wrapped up. So Rodri in midfield alongside Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. So for score, we've got Jeremy Doku on the right hand side and Phil Foden on the left hand side, which could be the case. And if that is the case, then that would mean Josko Gvardiol being given much more freedom on that left wing today for Manchester City, and it is Erling Haaland starting up top. Remember, he is the current Golden Boot leader in the Premier League. He's on 27 goals. If he gets a hat-trick today, then he will get to 30 Premier League goals again for consecutive seasons. Who was the last player to go and do that? What a remarkable achievement that would be. Kevin De Bruyne, for his own personal attributes, looking for a hat-trick of assist and hoping that Ollie Watkins won't pick up any assist in Aston Villa's away match against Crystal Palace, and that'll see him go level on him, with De Bruyne missing half a season as well, is absolutely tremendous. Manchester City's bench today then is Scott Carson, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Oscar Bobb, Jack Grealish, Matheus Nunes, Rico Lewis, Mateo Kovacic, and Julian Alvarez. So our opponents, West Ham, led by manager David Moyes in his final game in charge of West Ham. They're lining up with Areola in goal. They're lining up with a 3-4-3 formation. Average age of their squad today, their starting 11, is 29.7 years, just under 30 years old, so a lot of experience there. Areola starts in goal, back three made up of Kurt Zouma, their captain, on the right-hand side. Morvia Panos starting as their centre-back alongside Aaron Cresswell on the left-hand side. And then they've got Kufal starting on the right-hand side, Palmieri starting on the left with Soucek and Ward-Prowse as their two central midfielders. It's looking like Kudus starts on one side, Paqueta on the other, and Antonio starts up top. I presume it's going to drop more into a 5-4-1 formation there for West Ham, and you'll see Palmieri go to the left-hand side and Kufal dropping deep on the right-hand side. You're going to see Kudus and Paqueta sit just ahead of Soucek and Ward-Prowse. That makes up their midfield, try and compact that midfield, and Antonio starting as the quick attacker up top that City need to try and be wary of today. On the bench, some good options from the bench for West Ham, lining up with Fabianski in goal. They've got Casey, Johnson, Ogbonna, Earthy, Alvarez, Mubamba, Ings and Cornet. So plenty of pace and precision there. Danny Ings, quality striker, he's got physical presence as well. Cornet's quick, decent player too. Ogbonna, good option in midfield and towards the back as well. So some good options there for West Ham, a very experienced side. And of course, got nothing to play for, nothing left to achieve for the season, playing for pride today, hopefully mentally already on the beach with the flip-flops on, but they'll look to try and spoil the party. David Moyes has already said that he is not trying to do favours today for Arsenal. He's trying to get his West Ham side to go to the Etihad Stadium, put up a good performance and see if they can take points and do it from a professional point of view rather than thinking about the implications on the title match and, of course, what's happening between Arsenal and Everton. So, going over to that Arsenal game, just keeping an eye on their game as well. Worst case scenario, we don't want to be keeping an eye on what's happening in that Arsenal game, but just in case we do, Arsenal lining up today with Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel and Tomiyasu as their back four. It's Partey, Declan Rice and Odegaard starting as their three midfielders, with Trossard on one side, Martinelli on the other and Kai Havertz starting up top. On the bench for Arsenal, Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Kiwiri, Timber, Smith-Rowe, Vieira, Jorginho and Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus, led by manager Mikel Arteta. And then with Everton, led by manager Sean Dyche, they're lining up today in a 4-4-1-1 formation. Jordan Pickford starts in goal. Seamus Coleman at right back. Tarkowski and Branthwaite as their two centre-backs. And Ashley Young at left back. I mean, that's going to be a terrible time. Trossard up against Ashley Young fills me full of confidence if we need a favour off Everton. Which, if we're needing favours off Everton, to me, today, if we need a favour off Everton, we don't deserve to win the Premier League. Put that out there right now. It's in our hands. We've got to win this game. If we're relying on favours from elsewhere, then it's gone disastrously wrong. And when you're looking at high 80s, low 90s in terms of points, you've just got to get the job done. Everton also lining up with James Garner on the right-hand side, McNeil on the left-hand side with Idrissa Gueye and Onana starting as their two central midfielders. It looks like Doucouré going further ahead of them, looking to try and camp out that midfield, and again, going with the same approach that West Ham are going to try, which is that low block approach. So both Arsenal and Manchester City need to try and break down stubborn walls ASAP. Arsenal look to try and game manage this and try and score a couple of quick goals so word gets to the Etihad. So let's say first 20 minutes, if it's still 0-0 at the Etihad, if Arsenal are 2 or 3 up already, then boom, done and dusted, and we'll go from there. And it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin starting up top. Everton in good form. They've learned how to start 1-0 in games, keeping clean sheets, keeping things tight, keeping things compact. They're not a bad side. They're not as good as Arsenal. They're not going to get a result against Arsenal. So, Manchester City got to win this game. It is, to me, as simple as that. So, with team news out, do let me know your predictions in the live chat. That would be great. Do let me know where you're tuning in from today on this fine Sunday afternoon. I've got some more entertainment for you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, we've got my preview of this game to enjoy, and I will see you guys in roughly between 10 and 15 minutes time. What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the preview of Manchester City's final game in the Premier League season for 2023-2024, where we take on West Ham United at the Etihad Stadium. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. Finally, wanted to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. They're running a special £500 pot, paying up to the top 25 places with £150 for the winner. It is £5 to join. It's made up of Manchester City v West Ham United only, where you can select up to 6 players from each team for this pot. BetMate is a free app to download. The link is in the description. It is available to anybody who is aged 18 years old or over, and it is available in the UK only. If you use code JSGC10 on sign up, you'll get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. There are lots of other game pots you can go and check out that are available. There are also other games that you can go and play, including both teams to score, full-time results, and other games with lots of big prizes. It is a great app. Do go and check it out, and I will speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, do remember, if you are going to gamble, do gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So on to the match information for this game, on to Premier League match day number 38 at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League on Sunday, 19th of May 2024 with a 4 p.m. BST kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. If you are lucky enough to have a ticket for this big game, do enjoy yourselves. So our opponents, West Ham, could be big spoilers here. West Ham, Chester City, that would be absolutely brilliant. Already on the beach with the sandals on. They formed in 1895. They're led by David Moyes one last time, as he is going to be sacked after the game. Great motivation, that, isn't it? Currently find themselves 9th in the Premier League with absolutely nothing to play for other than pride and to try and spoil Manchester City's party. Their form, not great. Won 1 of the last 7 games in all competitions, including losing 4 and drawing 2. They did win their last game, though, 3-1 at home against Luton Town. They were on a run of 6 games without a win in all competitions before that game. In terms of dangers, they've got a pretty good attacking line. Antonio, Paqueta, Bowen, Ward-Prowse, Kudus, all good players that City need to keep an eye out for. And City, they need to play a good game of football. They need to treat it like what it is. It's a competitive game of football. We haven't won the Premier League yet. We have to turn up, play very well, put our opportunities away, defend very well, make sure we're doing all our basics correctly, and make sure that we do everything we can to try and win this game. So it means we've got to keep that attacking line pretty quiet from West Ham, try and overrun them in midfield, make sure we're at our creative best and we're clinical in front of goal. Now, West Ham, in terms of injury news, Mavropanos and Aguerd could well be returning, so their only absentee could well be Calvin Phillips, who's in a bit of a strange position because he's currently injured. He's recovering back at Manchester City, but he is a West Ham player until June 30th, but he will get a winner's medal from Manchester City. That might well be on the pitch whilst he plays for West Ham, but has currently returned back to Manchester City. Has that ever happened? How strange. Anyway, my expected team for West Ham for this game, going with a 4-2-3-1 formation, with Areola starting in goal, a back four made up of Kufal, Zouma, Ogbonna and Emerson, and midfield made up of Soucek, Ward-Prowse and Paqueta, with Bowen on one side, Kudus on the other, and Antonio starting up top. They've got good options from the bench like Danny Ings, Maxwell Cornet and Aaron Cresswell, all good options there from the bench for West Ham United. Now, for Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, find ourselves first in the Premier League after winning our game in hand against Tottenham Hotspur 2-0 on Tuesday evening. It means we're 2 points clear of Arsenal. Arsenal do still have a better goal difference than Manchester City, so a point isn't good enough for Manchester City. We must better or match Arsenal's result on Sunday in their home match against Everton. The scenario is very simple. City need to win this game. We win this game, we're Premier League champions. Simple. City's form, won 28 of our last 34 games in all competitions. We're unbeaten in them 34 games as well. It's our longest unbeaten run ever. We won our last game against Tottenham 2-0 away on Tuesday evening. It means we've got the Premier League title in our own hands. Win this game, we lift the trophy. As simple as that. So Manchester City, we're looking to try and make history, and we're trying to win the Premier League for our 4th consecutive season. It's history because no one has ever done it before. Now, in terms of dangers on the pitch, literally absolutely everywhere. In terms of injury news, I think we've got everybody available for selection. Ederson did take a big knock against Spurs, and I'm wondering if he had a concussion or not, so I'm not too sure if he will play. Ortega did pick up the man of the match performance for his 20-minute cameo that he came on and made a huge save, which has helped Man City pick up them crucial 3 points on Tuesday. So if Ederson isn't fit, Ortega will be given the nod, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. KDB, he had a knock to his heel. I presume he's good to go. Nayef Aguerd is good to go. John Stones is good to go. Jack Grealish is good to go. So all ready and waiting there for City. I don't think City are going to rotate too much, so I'm going to pop up my team prediction now. I'm going with Ederson to start in goal. It'll be Walker. I reckon Ake comes in for Diaz in my only change from that match against Tottenham. So I'm going with Walker, Ake, Gvardiol, Akanji as our back three, with Gvardiol giving more freedom into midfield and defence, or whatever he wants to go and do. I'm going with Rodri, Kovacic and De Bruyne as our midfield, with Bernardo on one side, Foden on the other. Foden probably drifting more into midfield, and Gvardiol takes up that left wing spot for Manchester City, and Erling Haaland starting up top. In terms of my score prediction, I think 3-0 Manchester City, 3 first half goals, all for Erling Haaland. 30 goals in the Premier League for Erling Haaland for the season, considering he's missed, 2-3 months through injury as well. It's an incredible achievement, and I'm going for City to, they know they want to get this, don't want any anxiety, they want to get this done and dusted ASAP, and I reckon City will get it wrapped up in the first half, and then we'll coast in the second half as we all start sipping on our champagne. For now, it is on ice. Now, speaking of today's video sponsor, BetMate, they're running the special Manchester City v West Ham pot, where you can select up to 6 players per team for this pot. A £500 pot with £150 for the winner. It's £5 to join. Links and details, they're in the description. Pot code is FF-MCI-WHU. My team, I'm going with Ederson in goal, with Areola on the bench. I'm going with my defenders of Akanji and Gvardiol, with Ogbonna on the bench. I'm going Rodri and Phil Foden, my vice-captain in midfield, with Ward-Prowse on the bench. And I'm going Antonio and Erling Haaland, my captain, up top, with Danny Ings on the bench. Remember, you can go and check out BetMate. Links and details, they're in the description. In terms of my betting tips for this game, I'm going Erling Haaland, of course, to score any time for Manchester City. I'm backing Erling Haaland scoring a hat-trick. I'm backing Erling Haaland to score a hat-trick in the first half. So next up, West Ham season, it's done and dusted after this game for Manchester City. But one more game left after this, next Saturday at Wembley in the Manchester derby in the FA Cup final. On a last note, I will have my live watch-along link for this game between Manchester City and West Ham in the Premier League. That link will be out on Saturday, so do keep your eyes on my channel for that. I will also have my Premier League predictions out on Saturday as well, ahead of what is a huge weekend here of Premier League football and a huge weekend for Manchester City as well. So, we are one win away from greatness. We are one win away from glory. We are one win away from making history. Let's go and do it. So there we go, that has been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details, they're in the description, and I will see you all for that live watch along on Sunday. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now. Let's go and make history. So history awaits Manchester City. A win today, we win the Premier League, we win it 4 times in a row, and Manchester City cement their place in Premier League history forever, becoming the first ever side to win 4 Premier League trophies in a row. No other team has done it before, ever. Jose Mourinho, very successful during his time at Chelsea, couldn't manage it. Sir Alex Ferguson, for how brilliant he was of a manager for Manchester United, couldn't achieve 4 Premier League trophies in a row. Jurgen Klopp, I've heard a lot of talk about Jurgen Klopp and how successful he's been at Liverpool. He's come nowhere near being able to achieve 4 Premier League trophies in a row. And Pep Guardiola, Manchester City, this current crop of players have got the opportunity today in 40 minutes time when they take to the field to go out there, make their point, win, make history, and keep themselves a legacy to last a lifetime and then some. Manchester City here are on the verge of doing something absolutely remarkable, and Manchester City, as I said, they're going to be cementing their place in Premier League history. I can sit here and I can argue a case that if Manchester City managed to win this game and make history today, that what you're looking at is the very best Premier League manager in Pep Guardiola ever. You're looking at the best team ever in the Premier League, because Premier Leagues aren't won through luck. Premier Leagues aren't won in one-off games. Premier Leagues are won through a marathon of a season. 38 Premier League games, whilst weighing it up with being successful in other competitions. Trebles last year, potential doubles this year. What this Manchester City squad, with a pretty thin squad as well, for what they can achieve, is nothing short of extraordinary. And I know that there will be neutrals watching this, pointing towards 115 charges, pointing towards the money that Manchester City spend to bring players in, whilst not showing, in my opinion, enough respect for what Manchester City can do, what they can achieve, mentally where they're at, physically where they are at, and the whole demeanour of complete domination in football. Some say it makes it very uncompetitive. You know what's going to happen. I say it makes things very competitive because it keeps teams fresh. It keeps the teams around us hungry. It keeps them motivated as well. Man City have pushed a brilliant Liverpool side all the way over consecutive seasons, being led by, in my opinion, a brilliant manager in Jurgen Klopp. They could not dethrone what Pep Guardiola could achieve. 90 plus points in consecutive back-to-back seasons. It's nothing short of remarkable, yet it wasn't enough for Liverpool to get the job done. Arsenal looked good, they looked fresh, they looked revolutionary last season. Couldn't get the job done. They fell short. They've improved this season. They've beaten Manchester City and they've drawn against City. We haven't beaten Arsenal in the Premier League this season. Yet here Manchester City stand on the verge of breaking north of 90 points again under Pep Guardiola, to push ourselves, to push boundaries, to go on to what we can achieve. And it is extraordinary stuff. It deserves respect, because if this was any other club that this was happening to, you would hear nothing but what Manchester City can and have achieved. It is absolutely extraordinary. And I want to point towards Manchester United. When they won the treble, have a look at the season after, how they performed, what they performed, and what they managed to achieve, and compare it with the legacy that today Manchester City can leave. To go from a treble winning season, winning the Premier League, winning the FA Cup, whilst winning again in a Manchester Derby FA Cup final for the first time ever, to go on and win the Champions League, how do you follow that up? Because you're at an extreme high, and the way that you go about it is you look at the season, you look at what can be achieved. European Super Cup, never won that. Big green tick. We've never won the World Cup, the Club World Cup before. We won that. A big green tick. We've got the possibility here of achieving 4 Premier League trophies in a row. Never been done before. And hopefully after today it'll be another big green tick. Because next weekend, because it doesn't just stop there. Man City aren't just going to start saying, do you know what? That's our season now, done and dusted. Let's get onto the beach. Let's start partying. No. They'll celebrate their achievement, because they should be celebrating the achievement. And then fast forward 24, 48 hours and Manchester City will be preparing for the FA Cup. A Manchester Derby back-to-back Manchester Derby FA Cup final. Not had one ever before. And here we are in consecutive seasons having 2. And we beat Manchester United last season in the FA Cup. They'll want revenge on that. Manchester City will want to go and add a cup double. It's just a shame that we went out on penalties against Real Madrid. I do believe it reminds me a lot of the 2018-19 season, that when it gets really to the crunch parts of the business end of the season, we'd have felt player fatigue. And I reckon Fulham away, Tottenham away, after a couple of excruciating games against Bayern Munich, if we'd gone through, we would have felt the toll. And I think Man City at some point would have dropped points, and it'd be Arsenal that would be favourites right now. And it's so difficult to do trebles. It's why they're not done very often, because they're just very difficult to be able to do. But the more difficult the challenge is, the more Manchester City just seem to really relish that. And we've got a job to do. We've got to take it serious. We've got to perform. We've got to turn up. We've got to be motivated. We know we're 90 minutes away from making history. And the players, I believe that they can do that and then some, because they are a brilliant football side. They're history makers. And that's, to me, what they should be known at as come 6 p.m. today, if Manchester City get the job done. The history makers. You've got your Centurions. You've got your treble winners. You've got your history makers right here as well. Marcus, thanks for tuning in. Mud, thanks for tuning in. Amelia going for a 5-0 victory today for Manchester City. Boy Racer, thanks for tuning in as well. Says English top flight. Has anybody managed to achieve 4 in a row? Let's have a look. 1 second. Has anyone ever won the top flight football in 4 consecutive seasons? Let's have a look. There you go. No team has ever done it before. So not just Premier League, no team's ever done 4 in a row before, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. As I said, history makers. If they win today, that's what City should be known as, history makers. We win today. This season has been tremendously successful. Marcus says, will West Ham park the bus? Well, attacking's their best outlet. They've got a good attack. Paqueta, Kudus, Antonio, good players, Ward-Prowse. I think they'll just try and game manage. They're not going to want to give City any space. So I think they'll sit tight, and when they get forward, they'll look to try and get 3-4 forward at any one time and hope that something can stick. I think there's some lessons from that Spurs game that City need to learn, that once or twice Spurs had good opportunities to score. They didn't put it away, particularly towards the end. Kulusevski had a brilliant opportunity, good save from Stefan Ortega. And, of course, that huge Heung-min Son chance as well. So the opportunities will be there for West Ham. Man City need to ensure that they're limiting them, that we're defending well, that we're covering the space, and more importantly, that we're creating and scoring our opportunities, because I want to keep a clean sheet. It'd be great to keep a clean sheet, but more than anything else today, I'm looking for Man City to attack and score goals, because that is ultimately what will win this game. And I think the sooner we can do that, the better. So hopefully we'll have a really good first half and a good 45 minutes to start this game. Would be absolutely brilliant. So guys, I am aiming for 100 likes before kickoff. Now just 11 likes away, so any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. You can go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. I'll roll the promo video for this, and then we'll have a little bit more entertainment before we start our countdown to kick off. Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Much appreciated. Do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Remember, free app to download. Going to keep you up to date with all the latest scores happening from around the grounds, and keep you up to date with all the other scores happening in the other sports that you guys love to follow as well. Very highly rated, so I would appreciate anybody checking it out, and it does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So, final bit of entertainment, then we'll have the countdown to kick off. This is my preview for this game between my predictions for this Premier League round of fixtures, round 38, coming up for you guys to enjoy, including what I think is going to happen in this game, and also what I think is going to happen in the other game that we'll keep an eye on, which is, of course, the Arsenal-Everton game. So sit back, relax, and I'll see you guys in 11 minutes. What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another football video. Today, we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions ahead of Manchester City potentially winning the Premier League into Premier League matchday number 38, the final Premier League game of the season. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do get your thoughts in the comments below, including your predictions ahead of Premier League matchday number 38 and the final game in the Premier League season for the 2023-2024 year. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. That would be brilliant. Finally, I would say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Kitbag, who have got all the latest releases of Manchester City's new home jersey ahead of the 2024-2025 season. You can go and check it out. Links and details there in the description. I want to say a big thank you to Kitbag for sponsoring this video. So, having a look at my predictions from the last Premier League round, match day number 37. Ended up getting 1 correct score, 3 correct results, and 6 incorrect. Not my best performance, just a 2 out of 10 after having a good week the week before. So there we are. So on Saturday 11th of May, you had Fulham taking on Manchester City. I had that down as a 2-0 City win. City won 4-0 comprehensive, so a correct result there. I had Bournemouth-Brentford down as a 0-0. Brentford picked up a solid 2-1 win away against Bournemouth there, so a good 3 points for them. Everton won against Sheffield United by a goal to 0. I had that down as a 2-0 Everton win. Again, not too far away. Newcastle-Brighton, I went for a 2-0 Newcastle win. Brighton picked up a brilliant point at St James's Park, and that point could be quite costly for Newcastle come the end of the season, and making the difference between the Europa Conference League and also the difference between them making the Europa League. I had Spurs 2-1 victors over Burnley, which I was spot on with. West Ham took on Luton. I thought Luton might have sprung a surprise. West Ham were in really poor form. I went with a 2-1 Luton win, finished 3-1 to West Ham there, and a big 3 points there for the Hammers ahead of their game against Manchester City this weekend. Can they use that confidence to try and do Arsenal a favour? I don't think that's going to happen, but we will see. Wolves taking on Palace. Had that down as a 1-0 Wolves win, finished 3-1 Crystal Palace. It seems to have been a theme for the whole season. Every time I back Wolves to win, they lose, and every time I back Wolves to lose, they end up winning, so 3-1 victors there. For Crystal Palace, in the final game last Saturday, you had Nottingham Forest taking on Chelsea. I had that down as a 2-0 Chelsea win. Chelsea did get the 3 points in the end in an entertaining 3-2 victory there for themselves. Not really going to make any difference there with Luton also losing and Nottingham Forest losing. The goal difference is going to be too much, and Luton, unfortunately, are going to be relegated. We did see Burnley, because of that loss against Spurs, also relegated out of the Premier League. And then on Sunday, you had Man United taking on Arsenal. I had that down as a 2-2 draw. Arsenal picked up a solid 1-0 victory to put pressure onto Manchester City ahead of their away match against Spurs. You had Aston Villa taking on Liverpool. I had that down as a 2-1 Liverpool win, finished 3-3. It was a weird game, that, a really weird game. So points shared there for Aston Villa and Liverpool, and it put Aston Villa in the ascendancy when it comes to qualification for the Champions League, which was confirmed just one night later as Manchester City won 2-0 against Tottenham Hotspur, which means Manchester City now just need 1 win to even match Arsenal's result against Everton this weekend, or Man City better Arsenal's result. Anything will do there for Manchester City to win the Premier League, but the simple formula is Man City win this weekend, they win the Premier League. If Man City don't win and Arsenal do, they win the Premier League. That's pretty much the formality of it. And that victory over Spurs has confirmed that Manchester City now are the only team that have it in their own hands ahead of the final game of the season tomorrow. Heung-min Son missing that big opportunity towards the end. It could be a title-winning save coming in from Stefan Ortega-Moreno in goal for Manchester City. And then on Wednesday, the last of the games in hand, you had Brighton taking on Chelsea. Chelsea won that game by 2-1, which means they're now in the driving seat for securing qualification into the Europa League for next season. And Manchester United took on Newcastle and won 3-2, and keeping things nice and open when it comes to potential qualification either into the Europa League, the Europa Conference League, and one of the teams missing out altogether. So as I said, 2 out of 10, 1 correct score, 3 correct results, 6 incorrect for me. So onto the Premier League table, just having a look at some permutations ahead of the conclusion of the Premier League season. As I said, Man City win the league if they win in their home game against West Ham tomorrow. Arsenal must hope that Man City drop points and they win, and that will be enough for them. With them having a superior goal difference, Man City either draw or lose and Arsenal win, then they would win the Premier League. Liverpool are out of the title race, and they've already secured 3rd place as Jurgen Klopp has his final game of his tenure in charge at Liverpool. Aston Villa have secured Champions League qualification as well. Tottenham Hotspur needing just a point to confirm their 5th place finish. They've already secured Europa League football for next season. For Chelsea, they're needing just a point to seal a 6th place finish, which will be enough for them to go into the Europa League. And as I said, if Chelsea end up losing, Newcastle win, then they would leapfrog Chelsea and they would go into 6th place and seal qualification into the Europa League and not the Europa Conference League. Manchester United need to hope that Newcastle drop points and they win, and that would then put them into the Europa Conference League. It's not do all and end all for Man United though, because they're in the FA Cup final. If they beat Manchester City next week in that FA Cup final, then they will seal qualification into the Europa League. So we'll see what happens for there. Then there's a big middle order pack, and at the bottom it's all done and dusted. Sheffield United relegated, Burnley relegated, Luton not mathematically relegated, but they needed a goal swing of 12 goals between them and Nottingham Forest to try and stay in the Premier League, as they're trailing Nottingham Forest by 3 points. Everyone north of Nottingham Forest are safe in the Premier League. So match day number 38, let's do it. All games taking place on Sunday, May 19th, all with 4 p.m. BST kickoff times. Live on TNT Sports, you've got Arsenal taking on Everton. On Sky Sports, you've got Chelsea taking on AFC Bournemouth. You've got Liverpool taking on Wolves, and you've got Manchester City taking on Fulham. So, Arsenal against Everton. I think Arsenal are going to go all guns blazing at Everton. I'm going for a 3-0 Arsenal victory. I think they'll score 3 goals inside the first 25 minutes, and then I think they'll just keep their ears open to the game in Manchester at the Etihad Stadium and see what's going on from there. Arsenal will try and kill that game as quickly as possible to try and put City under pressure in the hope that maybe West Ham can park the bus and keep things nice and tight and nice and close. I don't think it's going to happen though. But stranger things have happened. Final game of the season. Anything can happen. You've got Brentford taking on Newcastle and going for a 2-0 Newcastle away victory there and putting some pressure there onto Chelsea and trying to seal qualification into Europa League, and that would be enough for Newcastle with the goal difference for them to seal their Europa Conference League football for next season. I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Brighton against Manchester United, and as I said, Man United do all and end all of the season being alright or not for them goes on to the FA Cup next weekend in that Manchester derby at Wembley against Manchester City. You've got Burnley taking on Nottingham Forest. I think a score draw, both teams cancelling themselves out, and that point would mathematically seal Nottingham Forest stay in the Premier League for next season. You've got Chelsea taking on Bournemouth, going for a 2-0 Chelsea win to seal Europa League football. And from the position that they've been in, I think that's pretty successful for the second half of the season there for Chelsea, and it's a catalyst, it's a pedestal, something for them to build on for next season. Another victory for them and another plus 3 points. You've got Crystal Palace taking on Aston Villa. Difficult game that for Villa. I'm going for a 2-1 Palace win because Aston Villa have been celebrating getting into the Champions League all week. They've got the flip-flops on. They're on the beach. Going for a 2-1 victory there for Crystal Palace. Aston Villa probably don't care. Who blames them? In Jurgen Klopp's final game against Wolves, I'm going for a 3-0 victory there for Liverpool as well. Another 3 points for Jurgen Klopp, a clean sheet and 3 goals, and that'll see him wave goodbye to Anfield. You got Luton taking on Fulham. I think Luton will win that game in the hope that Nottingham Forest may end up losing, 11-12-0. See what happens. Going for a 2-1 victory there for Luton in their, what will probably be their final game in the Premier League. Not ever, but the final game in the Premier League for this season, and they're going to be relegated. In my opinion, you've got Sheffield United taking on Spurs, going for a 2-0 Tottenham Hotspur victory, and in the final game, you've got Manchester City taking on West Ham. Are Man City going to win the Premier League? Well, going back to what I just said about Arsenal killing things off very early, I think Manchester City are going to do the same. I think West Ham's only outlet into the game is for them to play a low block, 11 men behind the ball, hope they can sneak a counter-attack, sneak 1 or 2 opportunities and put the ball into the back of the net. If not, just try not to concede and have literally every player behind the ball. City will be aware of it, and I think City will just start going ham, peppering the goal in the hope that something will sneak, a deflected goal, something will go in, and I think once 1 goes in, I can see West Ham's heads going and it being 2, 3, even 4 and beyond. It all depends on what Manchester City want to do. But I'm going for Man City to score 3 first half goals there, and City to win that game by 3-0, and Manchester City to win the 2023-2024 Premier League, and Man City to make history in becoming the first ever side to win 4 Premier League games in a row. So there we go. They have been my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below, including your predictions for Premier League match day number 38, the final game of the Premier League season. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do leave a thumbs up and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Kitbag, who have got the latest jersey for Manchester City for the 2024-2025 season. Do go and check it out. Links and details there in the description. And thank you very much to Kitbag for sponsoring this video. And I'll see you all again for my final prediction. So I'll go a summary of what happened on the Premier League final day, and I'll give my predictions ahead of the Europa Conference League, the Europa League, the Champions League final, all the big European finals, and the FA Cup final as well, going into next weekend. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. 19, less than that now. The 19 minutes left of our countdown to kickoff, and the players will be out of the tunnel, and we'll be starting this game ready for Manchester City to hopefully, fingers crossed, become history makers today, which would be absolutely brilliant. So we've now hit 100 likes, which is absolutely brilliant. What a sensational effort. So thank you so much, guys, for that. Much appreciated. Our final Premier League live stream of the season is a 100 liked live stream, which is brilliant. We're going to aim for 150 likes now. So any help towards that would be great. I did say it's our final Premier League watch-along of the season, because we will be back again next Saturday for Manchester City's game against Manchester United at Wembley in the FA Cup final, which will be the final watch-along of the season. So let's head to the chat and see who we've got in on the chat. We've got Marcus says, where did your confidence come from? He's nervous. City players are going to be more nervous than us, but he believes that Manchester City can go and do it. I do get nervous. Not so nervous right now, because I have tremendous belief in the squad, in the players, in the team, and what they can achieve. I've seen it time and time again, what they can do, what they can achieve in the big, important moments of the season, and I firmly believe that that is another case today for Manchester City, and that's where all my confidence is coming from. Royan, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated, as with Alois, much appreciated as well. Malusi says, wanted last season's kit, I can't find it. I presume you're on about the 2023-2024 season. I'm not too sure where you'd be able to purchase it, but Man City's shirt that we're wearing today, which is our 2023-2024 shirt, you can still buy online, available in different stores as well. And Man City's new home kit has dropped as well, that you can go and check out. I'm personally very excited for the rumours of Man City's away kit going back to 1999, and the yellow and black combination apparently coming in, which would be absolutely brilliant. It is a thing of beauty, so hopefully we do get to see that. Dad, thanks for tuning in, says 100% agrees with me, going 3-0 Manchester City by half-time, cheering on Manchester City today. Much appreciated, Dad. Thank you for tuning in, and currently going through his own disappointment with his team, Bolton Wanderers, losing yesterday at Wembley in the League One playoff final to Oxford, so big congratulations there to Oxford, who are now a championship team, and commiserations there to Dad. John, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated as well. Got a couple of moderators in the chat, so a good time for me just to go over the general rules here on a JSGC live watch along. There isn't that many rules, just I asked for no spoiling it for others, keep things clean and nice and friendly, and have a good time, and that pretty much is the rules. If not, you'll end up getting kicked off the stream, and considering it could be a tremendous celebration in just over 2 hours time, I don't want that. So, yeah, they're pretty much the only rules that we do have. Earthball says it's wild how the season has flown. Doesn't reckon City are going to mess up. Been in this position before and is still rooting for City to go and win the league today. Thank you very much, Earthball, for tuning in. And, yeah, that's where I'm taking my confidence from. We've been here. We've done that. We've worn the T-shirt. We know what to expect. So, hopefully, we'll apply ourselves and go and get it done history shows that Manchester City do. Sometimes we make life difficult for ourselves. Queen's Park Rangers in 2012. And we make things difficult like Aston Villa in 2022. Hopefully it's like a decade thing going on here, that Manchester City, when we was in this position 10 years ago in 2014, when we took on West Ham at home, it was a professional job that day. 2-0 Manchester City, and something along them lines today would not go amiss. Geordie going, away the lads, much appreciated. Geordie, thank you for tuning in. Big up to you as well. Nadir going, saying Manchester City needed an early goal. I think that'll help settle everybody down. I actually personally think first goal is absolutely massive today for confidence in this game and for what happens at the Emirates Stadium as well. The sooner that comes, the better. Dave, thanks for tuning in, says watching Wire dismantle Huddersfield 18-0. Love that, Dave. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. D, welcome as well. Thank you for tuning in. So, we're now less than 14 minutes away from kickoff here at the Etihad Stadium, with Manchester City taking on West Ham United in Premier League match day number 38, where Manchester City know that if we win today, we win the Premier League, we become history makers, and we become the first team ever to win the Premier League 4 times in a row. We become the first team ever to win 4 consecutive top division titles. Never been done before in the history of English football. That is what is at stake today, and Manchester City just 1 win away, and it's West Ham United that stand in the way between City and greatness. West Ham could do a huge favour today for Arsenal. Manchester City, though, we're the side that's got it in our own hands. Our incredible run that we're on, unbeaten since December 6th in all competitions. We're unbeaten since December 6th in the Premier League as well. Manchester City know what we need to do, how we need to go and do so. One last big push, and then we are there. So, if you missed it before, the team news for Manchester City is in. Ederson is not in the squad. He's out for the season. He misses the game today. He will miss the game next week as well in the FA Cup final. So it's Stefan Ortega starting today in goal for Manchester City. It's going to be a back three made up of Kyle Walker captaining Manchester City today and hoping to get his hands on the Premier League trophy. His personal life's been all over the tabloids over the last 12 months. It's been, from a personal point of view, I'm sure, very difficult for Kyle Walker over the last 12 months. So hopefully today will be a big bright spot for him and him showcasing his capabilities for Manchester City and as a leader and as captain of this fantastic football club. He starts today with Josko Gvardiol on the left-hand side, Manuel Akanji and Ruben Dias being Man City's 2 centre-backs. I suspect that Gvardiol is going to get further forward, so Akanji will go on the left and Dias will go through the middle. Kovacic does not start today. City's only, well, with 2 changes, Ortega coming in, the expected change, with Doku coming in today ahead of Kovacic. So Kovacic on the bench for Manchester City today, with Jeremy Doku, I think, going to go either on the left wing or the right wing. I presume he's going to go on the left wing for City today, and Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden will go on the right wing. It could be the other way around, and Doku goes on the right wing with Phil Foden going on the left wing. Could see De Bruyne drift out wide. Who knows? Pep Guardiola, anything can happen. So that would mean that if that is the case and Doku's out on the left and Bernardo Silva goes on the right, it'll be Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne going with Rodri in midfield for Manchester City today, with Erling Haaland starting up top. So there's your Manchester City team for this game for today. And we all know the record Man City have got with Rodri. We don't lose when Rodri's in the team, but today isn't a must-not-lose game. It's a must-win game. Got to win this game. Got to take the game to West Ham. Nice and sharp. Nice and early. Pepper that goal. Shots on target. Lots of creativity. See if we can force a mistake. See if we can go out there and have our moment in glory and become the history makers for today, which would be absolutely brilliant. Nice. Okay, 11 minutes to go till kickoff. We've got other Premier League games I'll let you know if there is anything to keep your eyes out for, any kind of entertainment, any permutations or anything to keep your eyes out for. Firstly, just want to go around the grounds. So we've got quite a few games happening on the continent, which I'll just go through. So we'll start in the Netherlands. All full-time results. We've got AZ Alkmaar 3, Utrecht 3, Almere 1, NEC Breda 4, Volendam 1, Go Ahead Eagles 2, Feyenoord 4, Excelsior 0, Heracles 0, Fortuna Sittard 0, PEC Zwolle 1, FC Twente 2, PSV Eindhoven 3, Waalwijk 1, Sparta Rotterdam 2, Heerenveen 1, and Vitesse 2, Ajax 2. And that is the final league game in the Eredivisie. PSV Eindhoven were already champions of the Eredivisie there, so congratulations to them. Yeah, you've got games in Liga 1 tonight. I don't think it is their final game. There's one more game to be played in France. All with 8 p.m. BST kickoff times. You've got Le Havre taking on Marseille, Lens taking on Montpellier, Lille taking on Nice, Lorient taking on Clermont, Lyon taking on Strasbourg, Metz taking on Paris Saint-Germain, Monaco taking on Nantes, Rennes taking on Rennes, and Toulouse taking on Brest. In Italy, got some games taking place. Again, don't think it is their final game of the season. It isn't. There's some teams have got 2 games left to play. Others have got 1. So Sassuolo 0, Cagliari 2, full-time result. A couple of games nearing full-time. Monza 0, Frisione 1. That's in the 90th minute. And Udinese 0, Empoli 0 in the 89th minute. You've got Inter Milan taking on Lazio at 5 p.m. BST. And Roma taking on Genoa at 7:45 p.m. BST. In Spain, in La Liga, you have got the penultimate game of the season there. You've got Athletic Bilbao taking on Sevilla at 6 p.m. In fact, I think all these are 6 p.m. BST kickoff times they are. So you've got Bilbao taking on Sevilla, Atletico Madrid taking on Osasuna, Barcelona taking on Vallecano, Cadiz taking on Las Palmas, Granada taking on Celta Vigo, Mallorca taking on Almeria, Real Betis taking on Real Sociedad, Valencia taking on Girona, and Villarreal taking on Real Madrid. So, into the United Kingdom, we've had games in the Women's Scottish Premier League. Full-time results: Dundee United 0, Motherwell 1, Hamilton 0, Montrose 3, and Spartans 2, Aberdeen 1. Games nearing full-time in all north of the 80th minute mark now. Celtic 0, Hibernian 0, Glasgow City 2, Hearts 0, and Rangers 4, Partick Thistle 0. In the Scottish Premiership, you've got Livingston, all half-time results. These are half-time results. These are all at half-time. Livingston 0, Hibernian 0, Motherwell 0, St Johnstone 2, and Ross County 1, Aberdeen 1. Nothing to play for involving any of them sides there, of course. Celtic, already crowned champions of the SPFL, and that is Scotland done and dusted ahead of them looking forward to the European Championships. They've just got the Scottish Cup to go at an Old Firm game next Saturday at the same time that Manchester City are taking on Manchester United. In League 2, you've had the playoff final between Crawley Town and Crewe Alexandra, which has finished Crawley Town 2, Crewe Alexandra 0, and have been promoted to League 1, so congratulations there to Crawley Town and commiserations there to Crewe Alexandra. And finally, got Premier League, all games kicking off in 7 minutes time at 4 p.m. BST. You've got Arsenal taking on Everton. Remember, an Arsenal win and Man City don't win today. Arsenal are champions. Everything else more than likely will mean Man City do win the Premier League. You've got Brentford taking on Newcastle United. Newcastle United competing to try and secure a Europa Conference League, potential Europa League spot, depending on what happens next weekend in the FA Cup final. At the moment, Newcastle currently sitting in 7th place, and 7th place isn't enough for Europa Conference League football as of yet. More than likely will be if Man City do get the job done. We'll have to wait and see. So keeping an eye on what Newcastle can do there against Brentford. You've got Brighton taking on Manchester United. Manchester United competing to try and put pressure onto Newcastle. They know that if Man United win today and Newcastle drop points, that will see Manchester United go into the top 7 and have potential European football. but it's not the do-all and end-all of Man United season. That comes next week in the FA Cup final, and whether they have European football or not next season. Goal difference too high for Man United to catch Chelsea. Currently, a goal swing of 16 goals in one game isn't going to happen. Newcastle do have a better goal difference than Chelsea, so if Newcastle win today and Chelsea lose, then Newcastle will overtake them. Chelsea taking on Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth already saved Chelsea, just competing to try and solidify themselves in that 6th place spot. Remember, Chelsea win and Tottenham Hotspur lose, and Tottenham Hotspur have got a match away against Sheffield United, who are playing for pride as they're already relegated. Then they would get a 5th place and confirmed Europa League football spot for next season. Burnley taking on Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest know that they just need a point for safety in the Premier League, but with a goal difference, a goal swing of 12 goals between Forest and Luton, with Nottingham Forest 3 points clear of Luton, they're already more than likely safe because a 12-goal swing isn't going to happen. You've got Crystal Palace taking on Aston Villa. Again, nothing to play for there. Aston Villa already secured top 4 football for next season, so Champions League football for them next season, so congratulations to them. That was confirmed on Tuesday night with Man City's win over Tottenham Hotspur. You got Luton taking on Fulham. Luton needed a miracle, could do with beating Fulham 10-0 in the hope that Burnley can do them a favour. In fact, imagine if Luton won 10-0 against Fulham today and Burnley beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. it keeps Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. You've also got Sheffield United taking on Tottenham Hotspur as well. As I said, Tottenham Hotspur just trying to cement their 5th place finish with a point today. Sheffield United playing for pride as they're already relegated, along with Burnley, and Luton are going to go down as well. That will be made official today. And finally, you've got Manchester City at 20-1 on favourites against West Ham. West Ham 28-1 to win this game, with Man City knowing that we've got to either equal or better Arsenal's result today, with Arsenal taking on Everton, which translates as Man City have got to beat West Ham today, as Arsenal will be beating Everton. So Manchester City got a job to do. Greg, thanks for tuning in, says come on City, love that. John, thank you for tuning in, much appreciated. Julia as well, good afternoon, thank you for tuning in, much appreciated. I do hope you are well. Everybody looks like they're ready and set. Jurgen Klopp in charge of his final game for Liverpool today against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Liverpool already secured top 4 football and confirmed 3rd place. Wolves have got nothing to play for. We also know that in terms of Jurgen Klopp's final game for Liverpool, it's not just him that's sharing that occasion. Robert De Zerbi as well, in charge of his final game for Brighton. He announced yesterday that he's going to be leaving Brighton at the end of the season. So Manchester City chucking ribbons down. Not a spare seat in sight. The hottest ticket in town at the Etihad Stadium. It's Manchester City taking on West Ham today. A rendition of Hey Jude renders around the stadium. The players are in the tunnel, ready to come out. And we're ready and set here at the Etihad Stadium for Manchester City to become history makers today. So don't forget, just before we do have the players emerge into the stadium and onto the field, please do leave a thumbs up. 150 likes is the aim. Now, 37 likes away. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'm going to roll my promo video one more time, and then we will have the players emerge ready for kickoff in this game. Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. It's nice to see all big smiles on the Manchester City players' faces there, which is absolutely fantastic to see. Big family moment. They've all got the children there making their way out. Players look very relaxed and calm and focused, which I think is a good thing. And City very much good to go to try and make history today and become the history makers. West Ham looking focused as well. Remember, they've got a job to do. They're going to try and spoil the party against Man City today. That's why City need to try and treat this like we did Fulham away a couple of weeks ago, like we did when we faced Tottenham Hotspur as well. A nice professional job. Keep pushing, keep trying to score goals. If you score the first, push to try and get a killer second and kill the game off if you get a third. We also know that if we go behind, we've got to try and respond as quickly as possible. We don't want to go behind, but if we do go behind, we've got to try and turn it around as quickly as possible. What we don't want is an Aston Villa or a Queen's Park Rangers-esque game today. So hopefully there won't be any drama like that involved, and it will be Manchester City getting the job done, which is what we all want. So Manchester City lining up today with Stefan Ortega in goal in the absence of Ederson, who is out for the season. We're lining up with Kyle Walker, captain, on the right-hand side. Manuel Akanji is going to go on the left-hand side with Ruben Dias through the middle, and Josko Gvardiol is going to be given the freedom on that left-hand side. Into midfield, you've got Rodri starting alongside him with no Kovacic. It's going to be Kevin De Bruyne, and I think it's going to be Phil Foden. You'll see Bernardo Silva go on the right wing with Jeremy Doku on the left wing, and it is Erling Haaland. If he scores a hat-trick today, will make it consecutive seasons scoring 30-plus Premier League goals. And considering he's missed 2 months or so of Premier League action, I think is very impressive, considering everyone's been saying he doesn't suit City's system, he's out of form, and he's not very good yet. Could still hit 30 Premier League goals, and more than likely will be winning the Premier League Golden Boot. Kevin De Bruyne needing a hat-trick of assists today to go level with Ollie Watkins at Aston Villa on the assists. So keep an eye on how many assists, how many goals Aston Villa score, and if any of them are assisted by Ollie Watkins. Kevin De Bruyne has missed near enough half the season yet. He's already got 10 assists for the season, which is very, very impressive. Earthball reckon City are going to be 4-0 up at half-time. My score prediction today is 3-0 and Man City 3-0 up at half-time, but that's more hope than expectation from my end. Pep Guardiola didn't really fill me with much confidence before the game by saying they want Man City to be 2-0 up after 15 minutes. He says it's just not going to happen. Yeah, we're more than capable of doing it. I don't see why we can't go for it. I think he's just basically making the point that West Ham are a very good team, and he's going to be showing them respect, and he's going to be treating this like he would any other Premier League game. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Do hope you are well, my friend. Look at that. Clear blue sky in Manchester. Not a cloud in sight. Warm temperatures. You never thought you'd see the day. Stranger things could happen, like Man City winning 4 Premier League trophies in a row. What an achievement. Never been done before in the Premier League. It's never been done in the whole history of the top first-class division here in England. History makers, it's inevitable. The players are gathered around in a little circle to give a nice little motivational speech from Captain Kyle Walker, where he's going to tell the players, I imagine, one final push, go and do it, go and make it happen. West Ham are lined up. It looks like the ends aren't going to be switched, so it's not going to be an Aston Villa 2022 moment where if Man City make it happen, it happens in front of the South Stand. So if there is drama today and it does happen late on for Man City, it will be in front of the North Family Stand where Sergio Aguero scored that goal in 2012 against Queen's Park Rangers, and my heart can't, literally, it can't take it, so we do not want that. So players are lined up. We are ready for kickoff here. Manchester City playing in their sky blue shirts, white shorts, sky blue socks, attacking from left to right. Kevin De Bruyne is going to get us underway in this game, and we do have kickoff. He goes back to Stefan Ortega-Moreno. We're 90 minutes away potentially from making history. Ortega sends it long into the West Ham half. Gvardiol gets his head onto it. So Doku is going on that left wing for Manchester City at the moment. West Ham do look like they're putting a low block on. I wonder if West Ham are going to try and press Manchester City. Try and do what Tottenham Hotspur did. High energy in midfield. It's a hot day. So it'll be difficult to do that. The easier thing for West Ham to do today would be for them to park a bus and hope that Manchester City don't have the shooting boots on and Man City aren't at their creative best. Really? That's also Arsenal's hope as well. So here is Ruben Dias, recently single, coming forward for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Manuel Akanji. Here is Jeremy Doku up against Koufal. Interesting battle that on the Man City attacking left-hand side or the defensive right-hand side for West Ham. Here's Gvardiol into the penalty area. Finds De Bruyne. He can't find a return pass to Phil Foden. Man City surround West Ham out and win the ball back in the final third. Here's Bernardo Silva. Chance to put a ball into the box. Doesn't take the opportunity. Foden goes with a shot! Oh! Just what the doctor ordered! 90 seconds in, Philip Walter Foden, 1-0 Manchester City, come on! What a start! What a start for Manchester City! And it's Philip Walter Foden with the goal. City's first attempt on effort, on goal, into the back of the net. That is what we want. It's a brilliant finish from the Premier League player of the season. And now Arsenal, how do they respond? What do they do? It was all about, can Arsenal find that early goal? Can they put Man City under pressure? Well, that's what you go and do. 2 minutes into the game, you go 1-0 up, Manchester City lead. And away we go. It's a great finish. Couldn't hit it any sweeter. Couldn't have scored a better goal. Areola couldn't do anything about it. Maybe West Ham should have got that clear when they had the opportunity. City pressed really well. Maybe Pep Guardiola was teasing by saying we can't go 2-0 up after 15 minutes. 2 minutes in, City lead here by a goal to nil, and it's Phil Foden with the goal. 26th goal of the season for Phil Foden as well. Premier League's Player of the Year. He's in tremendous form heading into the European Championships this summer. Surely got to be the first name on the team sheet for England in Germany. What an effort from Foden. Alright, we've got to look now. Keep pushing. I said treat it professionally. We've got to push for our second goal, our killer second goal. Chat really enjoyed that one. Greg says yes. Seamus says Foden with the arm emoji. Dad says, oh wow. English Dawn says goal for Foden. Ayad, thanks for tuning in, says let's go. And Seamus says it certainly is things we love to see. Absolutely brilliant. Manchester City then very much in the ascendancy. Here is Captain Kyle Walker. And if ever I've wanted Man City to get a killer second goal, if we could get that in the next 10 minutes, that would be absolutely brilliant. Here is Kyle Walker. Gives the ball to Ruben Dias. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Cuts in really well. Finds Haaland. Rodri tries to find Haaland again and can't find his pass and goes through to goalkeeper Areola in goal for West Ham. So through 4 minutes here at the Etihad Stadium, Manchester City lead by a goal to nil. West Ham send it long. Should be taken down by Kudus. He works it well to the left-hand side. Here is Cresswell, forced back to goalkeeper Areola. Is he going to send this long again? He is. And he's going to send it straight out of play for a throw into Manchester City. West Ham looking rattled. Arsenal won't know what's hit them. Josko Gvardiol then to take the throw in for Manchester City. Gives it to Foden. Here's Gvardiol. To Ruben Dias. He's got Kyle Walker in space. Walker works it to Bernardo Silva. Here's Bernardo Silva now. He's got Kyle Walker on the right making a run. Here's De Bruyne. Finds Foden. Drifts in. Finds Gvardiol. To De Bruyne. Back to Foden. 5 minutes in. City lead by a goal to nil. Here's Rodri. Works to Walker on the right-hand side. City just probing, knocking it round. West Ham just jogging around at the moment. Here's Phil Foden. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. I can imagine if City can push and get a second, West Ham's mentally will be gone. They'll soon start thinking about them lovely beaches from round the world and the stunning hotels that they'll be staying in this summer, I'm sure, because their season's dead. Got nothing to play for. Here's Jeremy Doku now in the penalty area. He's got 4 lining up, goes to the byline, cuts it across, and Kurt Zouma, the cat kicker, kicks it away into the stands. Good ball that from Jeremy Doku. Blue Footy fan, thanks for tuning in. Julia says, I voted for Phil Foden to be the Premier League player of the season. English Dawn says, just concentrate on City. And that's what we need to do. Julia, Phil Foden has had a brilliant season for City. And Blue Footy fan, got Ipswich Town badge there. I want to say congratulations on sealing promotion to the Premier League and look forward to facing Ipswich Town next season. Here's Lucas Paqueta now. Oh, he does very well. It's on show for Man City, remember? City are interested in potentially signing him again this season. He gives the ball away to Kyle Walker there, and Kevin De Bruyne gets it through the legs there of James Ward-Prowse, and Manchester City can come forward. Here's Jeremy Doku then. He's got support of Gvardiol on the left. Works it to Gvardiol. Up against Koufal. Here's Kevin De Bruyne now. He might fancy an effort himself. He does, and Areola makes the save. He fists it clear. Only as far as Bernardo Silva. 30 yards out from goal. City fans showing their encouragement. Blue Footy fans says, can't wait for us to play at the Etihad. I'm sure you can't. Should be a couple of good games of football when we exchange with each other at the Etihad and Portman Road. Here is Jeremy Doku now. Into the penalty area. He's got 2 men around him, freeing up a bit of space. City going all out attack here, all guns blazing. They want that second goal. Here's Josko Gvardiol. He had the chance to put a ball in or play a ball to Doku. He does neither, and in the end, Foden got the ball inside the penalty area. Here's Kyle Walker. He wanted to line up a Walker rocket then. He couldn't get his one attempt from a ridiculous range per game there, Kyle Walker. He slips at the crucial time when he wanted to put his foot through it. So it doesn't happen. It'd be nice for Kyle Walker to get that goal, wouldn't it? It's not happened all season for him. It would. It'd be really nice. City working so hard off the ball here. Here's Soucek trying to mop up for West Ham. Finds Phil Foden on his clearance. And here's Gvardiol. And West Ham just can't get out. City need to make this count. Tails are up here for West Ham. Man City need to make it count. Rodri works it to the right. Here's Bernardo Silva now. It's got De Bruyne. Foden now to Doku. Up against Koufal. Tries to find Gvardiol. They get it clear. West Ham do. Only momentarily for Phil Foden. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up, aiming for 150 likes. We are 33 likes away. Any help towards that would be absolutely brilliant. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Blue Footy fan says it's unbelievable that City could win 4 league titles in a row, which no other team has ever done in the Premier League or in the top flight of English football. It's a remarkable achievement. And as I was saying before this game started, that Manchester City here have got a chance to become history makers, so it automatically puts City under a lot of pressure, but it also allows Manchester City to do something that no one else has done, and it's a remarkable achievement. Everyone's always going to point towards the money that Man City spend and 115 charges and it tarnishing and this and that, and to me, not enough people respect the achievements of Manchester City. Because what we're seeing here is something that's not been achieved before and may never be achieved again in our lifetime. Really think about what Man City are doing for you to be able to really get your mind around what City can do. I was making the point that United's treble winners in 1999, they went the next season trophyless. Manchester City here got a chance to go for a cup double, and it took a penalty shootout to knock us out of the Champions League as well. As De Bruyne puts a ball into the box from a free kick, and Areola gets his fist onto it and puts it out for a throw-in. Sorry, I was getting my history wrong there. So Man United, I think, just won the Premier League and nothing else. And we've got a chance to add an FA Cup to it, as well as getting to the quarter-final of the Champions League and going out on penalties whilst remaining unbeaten in the Champions League. It's a tremendous achievement. We were... I'd go as far to say we were incredibly close to seeing back-to-back trebles, which I don't think you'll ever see ever again. So that's just remarkable, absolutely remarkable. So here's Manchester City. West Ham having their first opportunity to have a bit of possession. Haaland brings down a West Ham player there, and it's a free kick for West Ham. Seamus informs me it's 0-0 in the other games. Bad player. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. We're now into 120 likes. Just 30 likes away from my goal of 150 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Blue Footy fan says West Ham's not got anything to play for, so it'll be easy work for City in the end, he reckons. City just need to try and get that killer second goal. I think if they get that killer second goal, I think the heads will drop for West Ham, and I think City will just look to try and kill it off with a third, and if City get a third, that's that done and dusted. Julian informs me Tottenham lead. Chat and Julia and everybody else, please keep me up to date with the other games. I've not got... I'll only check at half-time and full-time what the scores are, so if there's anything interesting happening, just let me know. At the moment, just all focusing on Manchester City. Through 12.5 minutes here at the Etihad. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, do subscribe, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Here's West Ham, as I said, just starting to knock the ball around and have a bit of possession. Oh! West Ham into the penalty area. Ball comes in and Walker can get it clear. That was a potential chance. English Dawn says Burnley losing 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. That'll be Nottingham Forest safe and Burnley going down with a whimper. Will Vincent Kompany keep his job? That's the question. Here's Akanji, works it to Kyle Walker, back to Akanji. He's got Doku on the left to use, he can go back to Ruben Dias. He pivots and thinks about it. In the end, put under pressure, goes back and has to go all the way back to Kyle Walker. And he's under pressure here from Lucas Paqueta. Ortega puts his foot through it and gets it clear. Header should be won by West Ham and is, and kept in as well, more importantly. Here is Cresswell. Works it back to Areola. So Nottingham Forest through Chris Wood are 2-0 up against Burnley. So that will be them safe and that will relegate Luton Town. So it's the three clubs that came up last season going back down. As Kyle Walker does really well on Michail Antonio to win the ball back there for Manchester City. Here is Ortega, gives the ball to Josko Gvardiol then through 15 minutes, just before 15 minutes here, as I think there's been a goal at Chelsea, Bournemouth. It is Caicedo with one of the goals of the season from halfway, lobbing the keeper in defence. What a goal at Chelsea. Here is Doku into the penalty area. Doku, and what a save from Areola. Doku cuts in onto his right foot, gets a good strike. It is pretty straight, so it's a pretty simple save for the keeper to make. He has to jump. I think his dramatic fall onto the floor maybe makes it look like a better shot than it was. It was swerving a little bit. It needed saving. It's a save I'd expect all Premier League goalkeepers to make, but it's a shot on target. It's making things happen. And it's going to what I was saying before, which is at any given opportunity, I want to see Manchester City having shots today. So a corner for City, taken short. Here's Phil Foden. Works the ball to De Bruyne, edge of the penalty area. KDB now. Tries the pass in towards Akanji. Akanji gets his foot to it just. And Bernardo Silva goes for a cross into the box. Blocked initially by Koufal. Work back to Akanji. Here is Rodri now. He's going to play a ball deep, looking for Doku. Finds Doku on the right-hand side. He cuts in and goes for a shot again. And Areola makes a save again. Jeremy Doku peppering the goal. And that ball has gone out of play in the end for a throw-in to West Ham right by their own corner flag. Couple of big saves there from Areola in goal for West Ham. Blue Footy fan, it is wild, and had Ipswich not secured promotion automatically, it would have been Southampton or Leeds that would have done it, and that would have been 2 of the 3 that went back down, coming back up. It's wild. Ipswich breaking the mould. Here's De Bruyne, presses really well, does really well. Here's KDB to Rodri! Oh, into the side netting. Here's a big chance, Nadir. You're not wrong. It was a big chance that for Rodrigo, and that probably should have been game, set, and match. Not to be. Not to be, unfortunately. 17 minutes in then. City lead by a goal to 0. Having the opportunities, needing a goal, kill a second goal, probably kills this game off. Areola goes low, not the best of clearances. Tottenham 1-0 up through Kulusevski against Sheffield United. That'll be enough for Tottenham to secure Europa League football for next season. So Tottenham currently 3 points clear of Chelsea. Chelsea in 6th place. It'll be Europa Conference League depending on what happens next week. Because it's all about if Man United, because it's Europa League football for the FA Cup winners. So if Man United win the FA Cup and beat Man City next week, then Chelsea will go into the Europa Conference League. Oh, that's great work from City. Here's Haaland, finds Doku into the penalty area, squares it across. Foden! Yes! It's Philip Walter Foden! He's on a hat-trick! City are 2-0 up before 20 minutes! We're in dreamland! Come on! He is a special, special talent. He's tremendous. He's inevitable. He's a history maker. Manchester City now, they're a goal away from making it 4 consecutive Premier League trophies in a row. What a job Manchester City are doing. What a player Phil Foden is. Jeremy Doku with the assist. Stupendous. Absolutely stupendous. It's a brilliant, brilliant assist from Doku. Oh, it's brilliant stuff from Manchester City. Cue the pitch invasion. Get the pyrotechnics ready. Get the champagne on ice. We are ready. No one's talking about Arsenal right now. It's all about Manchester City. As I said, we're 20 minutes in. We are 1 goal away from 4 in a row. This game is done and dusted at 3-0. And I wonder... I mean, it sounds mental when I say this, guys. It sounds mental. But I wonder if Manchester City go 3-0 up with a Premier League on the line, whether we start thinking about rotating and resting players, because we've got the FA Cup final next week. We want more success. Absolutely incredible from Manchester City, from Phil Foden as well. Absolutely brilliant. Mike, thanks for tuning in. Once a Blue, thanks for tuning in. Early goals incoming. Man City are leaving nothing to chance. They'll want to finish this, City will. Here is De Bruyne. And do you know what? West Ham have got nothing to play for. I wonder if Man City, if they want the gold, they're there for them if they want it. They want to make a statement win. Andre, thanks for tuning in. Blue footy fan. I reckon if Man United continue playing like how they've been playing last few weeks, it will be City's trophy next week. I hope. Can't take anything for granted in a derby game, though. Newcastle are 1-up through Barnes at Brentford. It means that Manchester United, as it stands, if they lose next week against Man City, not in Europe next season, which is absolutely hilarious. Gamehead, thanks for tuning in. Is KDB tackled? West Ham just trying to work it into space, and Kyle Walker with a good sliding interception. Paqueta mops that up for West Ham, though. As guys, we're now 27 likes away from 150 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Haaland wants in on the action, and West Ham just about scramble it clear. Here is Koufal. Oh, that's a great interception. City are all over this at the moment. City have got the tails up. They want this. They want this. And then some. Here is Rodri. Gives the ball to De Bruyne. Here is Jeremy Doku now up against Koufal. To KDB. Back to Jeremy Doku. The City players waiting for it. Doku! Just wide. Goes out for a corner. Takes a deflection. Does it come off Koufal's boot? It does, just takes it wide. Good effort that from Doku. He's having a good game. So, corner here for City. City on top of the world, on top of the table, and on the cusp of glory. Foden to take. Already grabbed a couple of goals. Wouldn't it be great if he just whipped this in and put it in off the corner for a hat-trick? That'd be great. Puts it in. Headed clear that from West Ham. City do well to get a foot onto it. Here's KDB. To Foden once more. He just plays it to Bernardo. There's options here. Bernardo, that's a great pullback. Haaland! Yes! No! Oh, I thought it went in! Oh, how's Haaland not scored? I thought he'd scored. Oh, it's a great pullback across. Ruben Dias, brilliant pullback across. It's slightly behind Haaland. It's just behind him. It comes off his other foot. Oh, never mind. The third's coming. The third's coming. Foden goes close there with a shot. City are absolutely relentless here. Ruthless as well. Here's KDB. To Kyle Walker now. Here is Manuel Akanji. Jeremy Doku. It's brilliant. That's a free kick for City. Every day of the week. Every day of the week. Right, what we need now is that 3-goal cushion. And that 3-0 will wrap up the 3 points and it'll wrap up the Premier League. We may as well crack the champagne open. We may as well start having a good time. We may as well start celebrating because the job's done and dusted. Man City didn't want any drama. I know all the neutrals wanted drama. They've been building up drama all day. Us as City fans, we didn't want any drama. We've had enough of that for a lifetime, to be honest. And Man City, the players really delivering and then some. 2-0 up after 25 minutes. Ball comes in, headed clear by West Ham. Only as far as Josko Gvardiol. How good's Gvardiol been for City in this second half of the season? They were calling him a flop back in November, December time. Nah. He has really improved Man City this second half of the season. Really improved City. Forgot to change my title to 2-0. Poor from JSGC. It's poor. There we go. Done and dusted. Here's Ruben Dias. Gives the ball to Manuel Akanji. Here's Phil Foden. Andy and Allison, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Couldn't have wished for a better thing to tune into than City 2-0 up after 26 minutes here at the Etihad against West Ham. Here is Josko Gvardiol. Gives the ball to Rodri. Foden to Akanji. It goes for an effort and Areola makes the save. I tell you what, how good's Akanji been as well this season? Tremendous. There's been some real bright sparks to City. This unbeaten run since December 6th. And that's how far Arsenal have really pushed Manchester City. In a points tally-wise, Liverpool's took us all the way and then some. Arsenal, in terms of sticking with us for as long as possible, as De Bruyne has an effort just wide. And Arsenal just sticking with Manchester City have been incredibly consistent. I thought they might have dropped off a little bit. It's a great save from Areola. It's fingertip saves from that going into the back of the net from Kevin De Bruyne. It's a brilliant, brilliant effort. It's an equally as good save from Areola there. Equally as good a save. Corner Manchester City then. Can we make it count? Is my prediction of 3-0 by half-time right? We will see. Andre says Arsenal fans starting to cry now. They genuinely had the belief that they were going to do it today. As corner comes in, header won by Gvardiol and he puts it wide. Doesn't quite get his angles right there, Josko Gvardiol. Surely it is delusion. Surely they'd have been looking at it saying this is more hope than expectation that they're going to go out there and win the Premier League today. Man City are 2 points clear, playing a team that's got nothing to play for. Man City are doing what Arsenal wanted to do, which is 2-0 up early on and put your pressure onto your opponents. Man City have had none of it. Struck first, struck well through Phil Foden. A brace for him. And we're on our way. And a massive call by Pep Guardiola to not go with the extra midfielder and an extra bit of control with Mateo Kovacic and going with Jeremy Doku instead. Because Doku's had a very good, very bright first 29 minutes for City, already pulling himself an assist for this game as well. Here is Akanji then. Oh, he does ever so well. Finds a pass here to Kevin De Bruyne. Here is Jeremy Doku then up against Kufal into the penalty area. Plays it back to De Bruyne. Tries to get the angle. Goes onto his left foot. Gets the shot and out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City just before the half an hour mark here and making our way towards half-time. City leading by 2-0 at the Etihad on what is Premier League Trophy Day. Arsenal have already sorted out the parade. They've been practising the trophy lifting and the presentation. Not today. This Manchester City team are, as we say here in the UK, different gravy. They just know how to manage a situation. They know how to win. They are born winners. And me being English and an England fan heading into the European Championships, I just think to myself that if you're Gareth Southgate, you're watching this, you've got to be taking and dissecting Man City's very best English players and making sure they are in that starting 11 because they are natural born winners. And when you get to cup competitions, it's all about having players with the know-how, who know how to win, who know how to do things in the most difficult of situations. So your Kyle Walkers, your John Stones, your Phil Fodens, every day of the week, they're always in your starting 11. No debate. Here's Gvardiol getting forward to Haaland! end, and it's just wide. Good save from Areola. Haaland should have bagged. I think the offside flag's gone up to save Haaland's blushes there. 1-on-1. You'd have put your mortgage on Erling Haaland to put that ball into the back of the net. He'd just gone too early there, Erling Haaland. And Areola did well. It was a good save, to be fair. It was a good save. So we're 31 minutes in. Don't forget to like the video if you are enjoying the video. Now just 22 likes away from my aim of 150 likes. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links in details, they are in the description. West Ham just hook the ball clear here. Here is Rodri mopping it up. Stefan Ortega couldn't have wished for an easier first 31 minutes coming into this game in the absence of Ederson. Here's Bernardo Silva looking for Jeremy Doku's pace. Kufau manages to whack the ball into Jeremy Doku's face. He's going to go down now. Felt every bit of that. Every bit of that. It's a head injury, so it will need looking at there. I'd have thought. No? Doku's back up on his feet. Stinger! Ball booted in your face. Calvin Phillips in his box today. He is still a Manchester City player. With his wife and child. Been a frustrating season for Calvin. He really wanted to be in the England squad, so he made the move to West Ham, our opponents, on loan in January to try and seal his place in the England squad, and it's just unfortunately not happened for him. And he'll return back to Manchester City, currently injured at the moment, so he has returned back to City, although he's still a West Ham player until June 30th when his loan ends, but he's having his recovery with Manchester City, and I imagine he'll probably go on holiday in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully he can rest and regroup and see what the summer does bring. Leeds United apparently interested in bringing him back to Ellen Road. We'll see if they choose to make a permanent move if they can, or if they go for the loan move, and what the expectations are on the deal, and if that ends up materialising or not. It just doesn't seem to have worked out, unfortunately, for him at City. He seems like a really nice guy. It's one of them things just not really worked out for him. Just needs that confidence, needs to back his ability. As we've seen a goal at Anfield, and Liverpool on Jurgen Klopp's farewell have taken the lead through Alexis McAllister. I'm amazed Liverpool haven't pushed this title race a little further. They really should have. They had a little sticky patch upon dropping points at Anfield against City and into early April, and losing the Merseyside derby, and that's been ever so costly for Liverpool. As De Bruyne tries to thread a pass through to Erling Haaland, you'd have expected them to have done a little bit more, but they haven't. Mixed, thanks for tuning in late to the party. Fashionably late. Much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. Winston tuning in from Trinidad and Tobago. Very nice. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Much appreciated. Manchester City then 2-0 up after 34 minutes here at the Etihad Stadium. A very professional job by City so far. Really stepped up their pressing game, winning the ball high up, having shots, causing problems, scoring goals. And how City have played today is exactly what I wanted us to do against Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-final second leg, and never really happened. We never managed to get full control and a proper grip on the game. We have got a proper grip on this game as West Ham play a ball through to Antonio, mopped up by Ortega, as Newcastle have now gone 2-0 up away against Brentford, and that may seal European football for them for next season. It will seal a 7th place finish. It just means will it be a European spot or not? All depends on Manchester City, if we can beat Manchester United next weekend in the FA Cup final. As we're now 16 likes away from 150 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Here's Gvardiol coming forward then. Game's just not gone flat, but Man City just taking the foot off the gas. As Rodri takes control of the football here for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Kevin De Bruyne. Here is Kyle Walker now to Rodri. Here is Manuel Akanji then. Worked well to the left. Here is Jeremy Doku up against Kufal. Does well under pressure and Kudus pushes him over, and that'll be a free kick for Manchester City. Excuse me. Here's Rodri then for City. Gives the ball to Phil Foden. Here is Kyle Walker now. Newcastle 3-0 up, and that's that done and dusted, you would think, at the Brentford Community Stadium. Here's Rodri. Finds De Bruyne in a little bit of space on the right-hand side. Finds Bernardo Silva on the right wing now. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. Here is Phil Foden. Goes for a little back heel looking for De Bruyne. He'll just flick that back to Bernardo Silva. Not quite what Foden planned, but there we go. As Rodri has an effort, and he's a comfortable save for Areola. He's had plenty of saves to make Areola today, but that's probably one of the more comfortable ones for him. And he'll keep hold of the ball there. And West Ham will just look to try and have a breather. Here's Kurt Zouma. Sent long by Cresswell. Foden nearly cuts it off. Antonio's tackled by Ruben Dias and out for a throw-in to West Ham. Led by manager David Moyes today for the final time. West Ham just launch a ball across. It's a good ball across to Kudus. And some defending here for City to do. And Ortega makes a good save. Seamus informs me Everton are 1-up against Arsenal. They've given up, haven't they? They've given up. Lovely stuff. Yeah, Everton from a free kick, 1-0 up. Wow. Wow. So Man City now 5 points clear of Arsenal as it stands. As Seamus says, it's gone down as a Rice own goal rather than an Idrissa Gueye goal. So they're now 5 points behind Manchester City, and we now have a better goal difference. We've been speaking about goal difference since January. We've finally got better goal difference than Arsenal. It's taken forever. But better late than never. Here's Akanji then. Works it across to Gvardiol. Word just spreading into the Etihad that Arsenal are losing as well. Doesn't have any effect on this game. If it was 0-0 and that happened, I'm sure that would be plenty of encouragement for the fans and the players. But City have just they've got the job done at the Mo, haven't they? It's all about managing the situation. Get that third goal, and I'd start rotating. I'd start getting your Oscar Bobbs, your Rico Lewis's onto the pitch. Start resting your players ahead of the cup final next weekend. It's not the end of competitive action, this, for City today. Today's a day we hope to celebrate, and we're nearly there. We can nearly start cracking the champagne open. And then by tomorrow, it's time for reflection and recovery, and we start thinking about Manchester United. I'm sure the players will have a couple of days off in there as well. Here is Doku. Goes across goal. Too much on that. Bernardo will do well to keep this one in. Does keep it in. Does very well there, Bernardo Silva. Keeps it alive. He works a ball across to Foden. Here is Josko Gvardiol now to Kevin De Bruyne. Centre of goal. He's got Akanji as his option. as we're into the 40th minute. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up, do subscribe, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. As Gvardiol plays a pass forward, looking for Foden. He gets shoulder barged, he goes down, no penalty, and West Ham can have possession. And Liverpool, on Jurgen Klopp's farewell, are now 2-0 up. And it's... I'm not too sure who's put it in. Is it Mo Salah? Is it an own goal? Is it Joe Gomez? Who knows? Who knows? Most goals in the Premier League season ever. That 1,223 goals scored this season. There we go. Here's West Ham then coming forward. Kudus does well, works it to the left. 4 minutes for City to navigate. Here's West Ham coming forward through Cresswell. Finds James Ward-Prowse. Pings a ball, a beautiful ball across to the left-hand side. Finds Kufali, puts a ball into the box, and Kyle Walker deals with that. And that will be West Ham's first corner of the game. And the first chance to really create anything and cause Man City's defence any kind of problems. A couple of balls have come into the box. Other than that, not really had too much to report on from West Ham. But if they can grab a goal before half-time, 2-1's much different to 2-0. So City got some defending to do. A chance here for West Ham to send some players forward. Zouma included. Cresswell's forward. Sent deep. It's flickering around. City can get a foot onto it. And oh, wow! What a goal! An overhead kick from Kudus. That is a fantastic finish. Wow. There we go. You see, this is what I'm on about. Arsenal have just equalised. West Ham are now back in this at 2-1. It's a brilliant finish, that. And all of a sudden, a mad minute. Things are all to play for. 1 goal in this. Man City need to win this game. West Ham are just 1 goal away from potentially giving Arsenal a lifeline. There's work still to be done. It's a brilliant finish. There is nothing that City could do about it, really. It was sent deep. It's fallen lucky to Kudus, and he's gone for the overhead kick. And Arsenal have equalised. Confirmation of that. And it's Tomiyasu with the equaliser. And I'm sure Arsenal will show plenty of encouragement that West Ham have got a goal back. So Man City, we could really do with pushing hard to try and grab a third before half-time. They were checking a goal, the goal for handball. I didn't see anything hit an arm. So I'm not too sure what that's all about. Anyway, it just changes the team talk. It gives Arsenal hope. They're going to really go at, if this stays 2-1 at half-time, Arsenal will really go for Everton's second half if there's still hope there. So Man City have just got to manage the game. I said treat it like it's a normal Premier League game. You manage the situation. You're 2-0. 2-0s are always a dangerous lead. You've got to push to try and find the third. We're just taking the foot off the gas. West Ham haven't created or done anything. They get that one magical moment, then they're back into the game, and now 1 goal for West Ham, and this Premier League title race is chucked on its head. Drama. We don't want drama. Keep saying it. No drama, please. It's just, yeah, the stadium's gone nervy. The players have gone a bit nervy. West Ham win the ball back. They're just doubting themselves. Maybe we need half-time just to... I mean, the coaches all look nervous. It doesn't help. I think they just need half-time just to help them manage a little bit better. 15-minute rest. Assess it from there. 4 minutes then added on. If we could get a goal in them 4 minutes, I'm sure everyone will start to relax. Because whilst you've only got a 1-goal lead, West Ham are still alive. Here is Erling Haaland. Gives the ball to Rodri. Rodri works it across very nicely to Jeremy Doku. On the left-hand side. Here is Akanji. To Jeremy Doku. Sprints into the box. Squares one across. Haaland! And it's over the crossbar. It's 2 big opportunities that Haaland's missed now. This game could have been wrapped up. The league could have been wrapped up. We could have ended the live stream at half-time and said, we're done and dusted. See you next week. He should be scoring there, Haaland. It's laid on a plate. He reads it really well. He just gets too much on it. It's a real opportunity, that. Anyway, another minute ticks by. Fulham taking the lead against Luton away from home. And Luton's found an equaliser. A couple of quick goals there at Kenilworth Road. Areola sends it long for West Ham. Kudus, the target, the goal scorer, can't get his head onto it. And that goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City. Here is Manuel Akanji. Plays a pass to Ruben Dias. As we're now 14 likes away, guys, from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Here is Akanji then to Doku under pressure. Takes the hit, gets the free kick from Gvardiol, and that allows Man City just to eat away more at this 4 minutes of injury time. 2 minutes done, halfway there, 2 more minutes to go. Here is Rodri. Plays a pass forward. Here's Foden. On a hat-trick, remember, is more goals at Kenilworth Road. 2-1 Fulham lead now through Raul Jimenez. Here is Ward-Prowse then. Puts his foot on it. Gets it clear for West Ham. Looking for Antonio. Should be mopped up here by Ruben Dias. It is mopped up. Here's Stefan Ortega. Works it out across to Manuel Akanji. We're now 13 likes away. Akanji gives the ball away. Kudus coming forward. Doku does really well. Really well. Kudus does really well to keep hold of the ball there as well. And West Ham get possession here inside Manchester City's half. West Ham trying to exchange some passes. They do well. Get it to the left-hand side. Here's Cresswell. Excuse me. Here's Cresswell. To Lucas Paqueta. Here's Ward-Prowse now, works it to the right-hand side. Gvardiol, chance to put a ball into the box, and City managed to get a foot onto it and get it clear and out for a throw-in. So last opportunity then of the half. West Ham got a throw-in midway inside Man City's half. Ball comes into the box. Ortega will collect that one very nicely, and instead of going down and wasting time, he's thinking Man City can attack. We've got 30 seconds here. Rolls it out to Bernardo Silva. He's got options ahead of him. He twists and turns under pressure from Kurt Zouma. He's out of position here. Here is Rodri. He's going to play a dink ball forward, looking for Foden, and there's too much on the ball forward there. And Areola will collect, and you would think that that will take us into half-time here at the Etihad Stadium. So at the moment, it's narrow. It's job done for City right now. If it finishes 2-1 at full time, we win the Premier League, but it's very nervy. It was very comfortable, and it's just gone very nervy through 1 mad minute. Arsenal find an equaliser, and West Ham get a goal back, and all of a sudden, plenty to think about here at half-time as the half-time whistle does go. So don't forget, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe. Do go and check out my social media links in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Let me know your halftime thoughts in the live chat. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up now. Just 12 likes away from 150 likes. Finally, I would say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description, and they are going to help provide my halftime analysis for this game. So I've got my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys, and I'm going to go through the scores and my halftime analysis before we'll go on to the halftime entertainment. Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. Do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Remember, going to keep you up to date with all the latest scores and all your latest match information for you guys to enjoy. Links and details, they are in the description. It is a free app to download, very highly rated, and anyone that does download SofaScore using my link in the description or in the live chat or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So, let's have a look then. So, latest scores from around the grounds. We're going to start off with Alphabet Claudia and takes us to North London, where Arsenal currently drawing 1-1 in their game against Everton. Following on from there, you've got Brentford. Have they all half-time? Yeah, they're all half-time scores now. Brentford 0, Newcastle 3, which is enough for Newcastle to cement 7th spot. And should Manchester City beat Manchester United next week, will be enough for Newcastle to secure Europa Conference League football for next season. Brighton 0, Man United 0. Burnley 0, Nottingham Forest 2. That wins enough to keep Nottingham Forest in the Premier League for next season. Chelsea 1, Bournemouth 0 from that brilliant goal from Caicedo. I tell you what, which goal's better? That Kudus goal, that overhead kick, or the goal from halfway from Moyes' Caicedo? Both exceptional goals. Crystal Palace are 2-0 up against Aston Villa. Aston Villa secured Champions League football for next season and now very much with their flip-flops on at the beach. Liverpool are 2-0 up against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves are down to 10 men in Jurgen Klopp's farewell, and Liverpool are 2-0 up. Luton 1, Fulham 2, which will see Luton Town relegated along with Sheffield United and Burnley. Sheffield United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1, which is enough for Tottenham Hotspur at this moment in time to seal 5th place in Europa League football for next season. And finally, in the game that really matters at the top of the Premier League, it was Cruz plain sailing thanks to a brace from Phil Foden after 2 and 18 minutes, but a Kudus overhead kick just before half-time keeps things very interesting. Arsenal know that they need to win their game against Everton, currently drawing 1-1, and if West Ham can keep this at 2-1 going into later in the second half, then all of a sudden things get very nervy for Manchester City. So City need to manage the situation. They managed the game for the first 40 minutes very well. We haven't found that killer third to kill the game off completely. 1 attack, 1 goal for West Ham, and all of a sudden straight back into the game. So in terms of the statistics for this game, expected goal rate for City at 0.88, for West Ham at 0.31. City with 15 shots at goal, with forcing 1 save from the goalkeeper. So not the best there. 18 shots on goal with 10 on target from Manchester City, with Areola having a lot of saves to be made. 8 saves is made at the moment for West Ham. For Manchester City, we've faced 2 shots from West Ham, both of them on target, and come away with a goal, and still very much in this game. And whilst there's only 1 goal in this game is very much still in the balance, and City need to manage the situation very well. If we can grab a 3rd goal in this game early in the second half, like we did in the first half, I think that will make us feel all a lot better. And this is the trouble you have at 2-0. It's a dangerous scoreline because you start thinking about coasting. You start coasting against any team in the Premier League, you'll get stung. We know that. Back in December against Crystal Palace, we were 2-0 up with 15 minutes to go. We coasted that game, and we ended up coming away from the game with a point and not 3. If we picked up 3 points that day, we'd be Premier League champions right now. It's not the case. So Manchester City got work to do. In terms of passes, 353 passes, 111 for West Ham. Man City's pass completion rate at... Sorry, I'm just going through the stats and making sure that the stuff that I'm saying is accurate. Apologies, guys. Sorry, I'm just checking. the final thing on there. Sorry, bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Julia says Chelsea 2 up. It says on mine that Chelsea are 1-0 up at half time. I don't know when Cole Palmer scored that second. Sure, Julia will enlighten me. Sorry guys. I'm just double checking the stats for you guys. Right, so City having 72% possession and 28% possession for West Ham. Man City with 15 shots, 10 on target. West Ham with 2 shots and 2 on target, coming away with a goal. Man City just not been clinical as what they want in front of goal. So yeah, there we are. In terms of passes, 380 passes for Manchester City at a pass completion rate of 93%. 143 passes for West Ham at a pass completion rate of 78%. In terms of defence, tackles 8 for City, 8 for West Ham. Tackles 1 for City at 37.5% and 50% for West Ham. In terms of clearances, 4 for City, 6 for West Ham, and 3 interceptions for Manchester City and 2 for West Ham. City attempted 5 crosses into the box, connecting with 40% of their crosses. West Ham attempting 4 crosses and connecting with just 1 at 25%. In terms of yellow cards and red cards, nothing. Man City conceded 1 foul and 5 for West Ham. Man City leading by 2-1, dominating in the stats. We need to make sure we're going out there and being extra clinical in front of goal and see if we can keep pushing and if we can grab a couple more goals in the second half. Then you think that'd be the Premier League done and dusted. What we don't want now is to concede at any point in this second half, because if we do, oh yeah, we're in for some drama, and we don't want any more drama. Okay. Time out. So, got some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. This is Mixid trying the world's strongest beer. Links and details for Mixid are in the description. Do go and check him out. Don't forget to like and subscribe over there, and I will see you all in around 7 minutes' time.
What's going on, guys? Mixid here, back again for another review. So, as you can recall, last time we did a Spiritus review back in December, and that got me thinking, because it's been a success, is what different charges can I do? So I've been researching it and I came up with this. So this, guys, is the snake venom. And if you can see it, it says on the label on this, it is the strongest fortified beer in the world. So this is the strongest beer in the world. And when I was researching it, I didn't think it'd be this high, but this is absolutely incredible. So the snake venom is 67.5% alcohol. So that is 135 proof. And it's made from Brewmeister in Scotland. So this is a Scottish beer at 67.5%. That's absolutely mind-blowing. It's ridiculous. It's like an overproof rum, but it's beer. So it even has a warning label on it. So I'll read out here. So it says, warning, this beer is strong. Do not exceed 35ml in one sitting. So what we'll do, I'll do a taste test, because this is Mixid versus Snake Venom, who will win. So I'll be doing a little bit of a shot just for a taste test and do my comparison. I expect it to be very a burning sensation, but I'm hoping I'll have a little bit of flavour like plantation overproof rum, but we'll see with this. I don't think it will. So the ingredients for this, guys, when I was reading it did make me laugh, is ethanol, beer, so water, barley, wheat, hops and yeast. So with Brewmaster do other ones, but this is the strongest one. So, but I'll try it, like I said. So this is Mixid versus the Snake Venom. So if you want to get this, it's quite pricey as well. One thing I will say. So I got it from, I think it's Drinks Market. I got it off when I was looking at it. So it cost me just under 40 quid. It was. So. It's a nice collector's item. One thing I will say, because I do have another bottle. It's a shame to open this. So it's a nice collector's item, and it's something you wouldn't drink every day. And remember, guys, drink responsibly. Only drink a small sip of this. So exceeding no more than 35. So I'm going to drink. I'll probably fill this to about, because my shot glass is about 40ml. So I will fill just under half, just over half. There we go. There we go. 1 snake venom. So what I'll do, because it's a challenge, I will down it and I'll give you my tasting notes. Because think it's just going to be a very, very strong beer, but with a burning sensation. This is going to be something weird, and it's going to be... it's going to be something else, so let's do this. Bottoms up. So like I said, you feel that burning sensation as it comes through you. It's really weird, that. Like I said, it's like beer mixed in with it, like very overproof for beer. It's got the burning sensation in the back of my throat. To me, that's only a collector's item, because it's something I'd have small and just enjoy. Like I said, I'd probably like to make mix cocktails with that. I'd make a nice beer cocktail and a small amount of it. But with the hops that I can taste in it, with the barley. It certainly packs a punch, one thing I will say, and do not underestimate, drink responsibly. Like I said, only 25ml. More do this as a challenge. Like I said, I've won this again, it's not knocked me down. And that, guys, is the Snake Venom by Brewmeister. What do you guys think? Do you guys have one of these bottles for your collection? It's certainly a talking point, it's a nice conversation, a nice bottle. Because they're very pricey as well. Because they're not like spirits, which can be quite cheap. This is very pricey. Because there's just not a lot of beer I'm tasting out of it. That's one thing I will say. Just not tasting a lot of beer. Just very... Because it's not as bad as spirits as that. Not me, but absolutely sick as spirits. Because they're just like fire. This isn't as fiery. Because they're just a burning sensation, like I said. But without any nice flavour with it. Like the plantation rum or even... a bit of absinthe like that, because they're just for that extra taste. Like with absinthe, you've got the licorice taste that comes with it. Like I said, that aftertaste. This, not much of it, because you know it's a beer, because it has that unusual flavour, but very, very strong, and it just goes through your body as it goes down into your stomach. Well, I'd recommend it. Like I said, it's certainly one bottle I will add to my collection. Like I said, it's something I wouldn't usually drink. Like I said, there's not a lot of flavour to it, but it's just one of those. It's unique, it's quirky, it's very mixed, it's very me. But I had to get another bottle just for my collector's item that's unopened, which I will add to the back of me, like I said. But that, guys, is a Snake Venom Brewmeister. What do you guys think of it? Have you ever had this ridiculously high, dangerous beers? Because it's just mind-blowing, like I said. But like I said, drink responsibly. Just enjoy it. Because that's my only tip for you. Just enjoy it. Drink sensibly, and you'll get... Because just sip it. Because I wouldn't recommend doing what I've just done. Like I said, down it. Like I said, I'll fill it halfway, just over halfway, so I could take it like that. But it's one of those. Do not drink all this in one sitting, like I said, as you will be paying a visit to the hospital. Because it has to be said, so don't do it. But that, guys, has been the Snake Venom by Brewmeister, a very quirky Scottish craft beer. But I can't wait to try more of the beers, more sensible ones, so I will give them a visit. But I've been mixing, guys. Do let me know in the comments what you think of this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It as we are on the road to 2K. Do let me know if you've got any quirky challenges that you want me to take on, or any strong cocktail, anything that's imagination. I'm still on the road for 2K and I'm still looking to get a bottle of Malort. So UK audience or America, do let me know. I can get a bottle of the famous Chicago Malort. So I want to taste that. I heard it tastes absolutely minging. It's horrible, but it's unique, it's quirky, and it's mixed, and I want to try it, like I said. So I want quirky challenges like that. Anything the weird and the wonderful spirits, do let me know. But have a nice day, and I will see you for my next cocktail or review video or challenge video.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for being today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check him out. Links and details, they are in the description. So, Rowan, thanks for tuning in. He says, which players do I think Man City will buy this summer transfer window, and how many of them? I've got a feeling that Stefan Ortega's going to leave, so I reckon we'll be looking at 4 players that we're going to bring in. I've got a feeling a couple of them are going to be... I've got a feeling at least one, maybe two central midfielders. I reckon maybe a winger, potentially a goalkeeper. If Ortega does leave, we potentially need a fullback, long-term Kyle Walker replacement, but I'm not sure if City will look at that in this window or not. So we're looking at 4. Should Ortega stay, 5 if Ortega leaves, and I reckon City will probably end up adding 3 or 4 players this summer, is what I reckon. Malusi, thanks for tuning in. Says, tough one for us. We've had our chances. We've not taken them. Haaland needs to be clinical. Akanji given the ball underway under no pressure needs to improve. Thank you very much for your half-time thoughts there. Much appreciated. So West Ham and Manchester City are out for the final half of the Premier League season. It's going to be Antonio for West Ham getting us underway, and one last big push here for Manchester City to see out this job. Got to keep pushing, try and find a couple of goals in this half, and that should be that for Manchester City. What I don't want us to see is try and coast this game, or not being clinical or getting frustrated. We're winning. We need to make that count from here. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Says, hopefully City will go after Musiala. I don't see Musiala leaving Bayern, but we will see. We will see. Blue Footy Fam, yep. Overhead kick from Kudus. A really good finish, actually, from West Ham. We haven't really done much in that first half, but here they are in this game now. And Malusi says, need to pick up the tempo, score a couple of goals before the 65-minute mark, and then coast from there with the job done. That's what I'd be looking at. Same as what we did in the first half. First 20 minutes, couple of goals. Job's a good one. We're done and dusted. We're so close now from getting the job done. As I said, we don't want it to be nervy. So expect Arsenal to really go at Everton early in that second half, just to see if they can sneak a goal and put City under a little bit of pressure, just to try and add to the tension. Freaky, thanks for tuning in. Paqueta, not really seen much of him today, to be honest. So, does he stand out as a player I look at and say, oh, Man City need to shell out 80 million? No. Josko Gvardiol didn't really stand out against us, I didn't think, for Leipzig last season. I didn't at any point think we need to splash £70 million on him. It's all about, does the player suit the system? And what Paqueta's doing today for West Ham wouldn't be what he'd be doing for Manchester City. So, we'll see. We'll see. Andy Nice and Positive says, come on, City, let's get this done. Create more history. The history makers. I mean, my theme for the season's always been Man City should be able to see out 1-goal wins. Whether it be 1-0, 2-1s, 3-2s, we should have the ability to see games out from the position that we're in and we're winning. Man City should be capable of going 45 minutes at home against West Ham without conceding. We should. Want to be Premier League champions. We should be capable of doing that. I just don't think it does anybody's nerves any good for Man City to get through this whole second half with this game at 2-1. But here we are. Here is Bernardo Silva then for Manchester City. Works it to Rodri in the middle. Works it back to Ruben Dias. 5 likes then, guys, away from 150 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Freaky, I will keep you up to date with any of the latest that I get of Jeremy Frimpong and all the other transfer stuff as well. At the moment, going weekly throughout the rest of May, so a couple more transfer updates, and then once we hit into June, we will be going daily with the Manchester City transfer updates to keep you guys up to date this summer with all the latest City transfer content all through June, July, and August. It's going to be a long one. Here is Kyle Walker then for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Bernardo Silva. Man City attacking from right to left here in the second half towards the north stand, the family stand. Here is Kevin De Bruyne then to Rodri. Here is Kyle Walker. Gives the ball to Kevin De Bruyne. Here is Josko Gvardiol. Gives the ball to Rodri. Here is KDB now to Rodri. Rodri just pinged one across looking for Jeremy Doku. Here is Jeremy Doku now. Works it to Josko Gvardiol. Here is Gvardiol. Good feet from Gvardiol. Does well to keep hold of the ball, and minutes ticking away at that clock. Luando, thanks for tuning in. Says, waiting for the big City win here from South Africa. Love that. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated, and do hope you are well. Here is Rodri for Manchester City to Phil Foden. Finds Erling Haaland. in the penalty area, tries to find Foden again, falls to De Bruyne, and just couldn't get enough bend on the ball to put it into the bottom corner, and ends up going, I think, a couple of yards wide in the end there from KDB. A chance that for City, though. See how close it was. Couldn't get enough bend on it. Yeah, a couple of yards wide of the post in the end. Chelsea have now gone 2-0 up at Stamford Bridge against Bournemouth. And I think it's gone down as a Raheem Sterling goal there for Chelsea. I think Bournemouth's got a goal back. I think it's 2-1 there now. And it is. Yep, 2-1. So there we go. Enes now, former Man City man, getting the goal there. Here is Jeremy Doku for Manchester City, trying to lead a little counter-attack, coming forward. It's good defending. Lucky defending. Does it slip? I don't know. But it's defending nonetheless, and the job gets done. So we're through at the first 5 minutes here. We got through to 50 minutes. We're still ahead. At the moment, as it stands, Man City will be Premier League champions. As another shot comes in from City, and it is wide from Phil Foden, looking to try and get his hat-trick in style there. Good strike that from Foden. Unlucky. A good hit. So goal kick here for Areola to take. Going to send it long. I was going to say that this gets later in the game. West Ham have got nothing to play for, so they're not under pressure to try and find that equaliser. But they'll just want the pride of getting a point at the Etihad, as De Bruyne's pass just in between both Haaland and Foden there, and doesn't quite work out, and get a couple of groans there as Kudus does well on Gvardiol, who turns him, and here come West Ham coming forward, and this is where the nerves start to kick in, I think, for the City fans. West Ham getting forward, Gvardiol does well, makes the interception, he's got options, does the sensible option and working it back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne finds Kyle Walker, and Man City will just slow that one down, and West Ham, rather than press, will just try and find their shape once more, and Man City will just knock this around. Here's KDB to Rodri then. To Kyle Walker, here is Bernardo Silva. Walker once more. Here is Bernardo. Gives the ball to De Bruyne. Kyle Walker now. To KDB. Here's Rodri. Gives the ball to Gvardiol. Rodri then to De Bruyne. Back to Rodri. Edge of the penalty area. Pinged across to the left. Looking for Doku. Gets it under his control. Does well there, Jeremy Doku. He's got two for company, and Kufal sticks firm, and Man City will get themselves a corner there. Can we make it count this time? 53 minutes in, City leading by 2-1. Mixid said at half-time he'd like to see Alvarez come on for City. Not been impressed with Haaland so far. I'm wondering if City do go to the bench, where might it be? I imagine if this continues at 2-1, Kovacic should be one of the players that City have been looking for a bit of midfield control and dictating the pace of the game. But a chance here for your Diaz's, your Akanjis, your Gvardiols and co to get forward. Foden to take the corner. Doku drops deep in case he wants to go with a short one. Just puts the ball into the box. Not the best. Headed clear by West Ham. Should be followed up with a second clearance for West Ham, and is. Bernardo Silva wins the header in the air and puts it back into the action. Akanji does well and finds Haaland. Here's Haaland looking to try and find the pass, and he was fouled, and referee says that will be a free kick for Manchester City. So we're now 4 likes away from 100 likes, guys. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. It looks a bit too far out to be having a shot from here. What are City going to do? It's a bit of an awkward position because it's centre to goal. So it's difficult to whip a ball in, and it's too far out for the shot. De Bruyne stood over this. as is Foden and Bernardo Silva and Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker gives some instructions to Bernardo and he walks away. So Foden stood over this. De Bruyne has walked away as well. Foden just chips one in towards the back post. Not the best of balls. City had plenty of options on the outside of the penalty area to mop it up should they head it clear, which is what happens. Foden then moves it to Doku on the left wing, up against Koufal. Cuts inside, looking for his right foot, finds Rodri. 30-odd yards out from goal. Here's De Bruyne. Gives it to Kyle Walker. Akanji now to Rodri. Back to Kyle Walker. West Ham doing well just to force Man City back. And back to Ruben Dias now. Here is Ruben Dias looking to try and get City to go forward. Here's Rodri. Just pings one. Looking for Josko Gvardiol. There's too much on it and that'll go out of play for a goal kick. Another minute ticked away. But not quite clicking for City right now. And my only surprise is that Arsenal haven't scored a couple of goals to make things really nerve-wracking for Man City. Here's Paqueta. He does well, finds a pass and it's a heavy touch. And De Bruyne picks the pocket. And De Bruyne wants to have a shot and good recovery from West Ham in the end to make the block. Here's Jeremy Doku trying to get possession for City. West Ham doing very well and Doku does very well and gets... I thought he got a throw in there for City, but throw-in given against Doku as Paqueta's gone down. Felt like he got an arm in the face there. Referee says, "Are you okay?" Paqueta looks disorientated. Nothing much in it, to be honest. So throwing for West Ham. Doku tried there. Here's Paqueta to Koufal. Gvardiol putting pressure on. West Ham wanted a free kick. Referee says no free kick. Here is Rodri to Foden. Doku into the penalty area. Squared across. Can't find his man. Ward-Prowse can get it clear. Finds Kudus on the right-hand side here for West Ham coming forward. He has to turn back. Paqueta goes for the ball across and nearly from West Ham. Kyle Walker's back there just to ensure that there is no threat of them counter-attacks and does enough that Man City can regain possession of the ball and come forward. Here is Manuel Akanji then to Rodri. Here's De Bruyne coming forward for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Bernardo Silva. Here's Rodri. To Bernardo. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Just squares one across and read well by Soucek and out for a throw-in to Manchester City. How are we feeling, guys? Here's De Bruyne to Bernardo. Back to Kyle Walker. As we're now one like away from 150 likes. Who wants to be the 150th like? Here is Rodri for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. He might have his rocket attempt now. He thought about it. He doesn't. Gives the ball to Rodri instead. Worked all the way back to Gvardiol. So he got nowhere to go at the mo. Here is Walker. Again, chooses not to have his rocket attempt. Here is Bernardo now. Edge of the penalty area. Finds Rodri. Foden to Gvardiol. West Ham literally got every player just camped out in their own final third. So City aren't finding any space and they're just knocking it. And when they are knocking it, it's having to go back because they've got no space to work with. Here's Akanji to Ruben Dias. Walker. I think Man City will be pretty comfortable just to play this game here on the West Ham edge of the penalty area. If we end up winning this game 2-1, we win this game 2-1, we win the Premier League. Here's Rodri. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. Here's De Bruyne. Rodri's in space. He doesn't use him. He finds Bernardo to Rodri. And it's there! There's the third for Manchester City. It had to be the goal scorer in the Champions League final on June 10th last season. Rodri finding the all-important 2-goal cushion again for Manchester City. And the third. And surely now that will be that for Manchester City. The all-important 4th goal put into the back of the net. It had to be Rodri. Woo! There we go. It's just pure patient build-up from Manchester City, and Areola doesn't see it till late, but Haaland's on side, so there's no worrying about him interfering with play. It's just Areola's made numerous good saves. He just can't get down quick enough because he's blinded by Haaland. And it's not Rodri's best goal that he's ever scored, but they all count. And that's 3-1 Manchester City. As I said, hopefully that is that. Hopefully now what we want to do is keep pushing and keep going. We need one more. One more and that will do, I think. Still work to be done. As we do it 150 likes now, so we'll aim for 175 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Here's Areola for West Ham. They'll send it into the channel, and Antonio couldn't get on the end of it, and Manchester City will mop that one up, and they'll look to come forward again. Manchester City fans now in full voice. That relief has gone away. William, thanks for tuning in. It is Godry. Manx says he wants 3 more. I'll be more than happy for City to grab one more, because as far as I'm concerned, that's that done and dusted. Kyle Walker then to Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker to Gvardiol. Rodri back to Gvardiol. Here's Walker to Rodri. Walker just bursts forward here for City. Gives the ball to Bernardo Silva. Rodri to Bernardo. Looks to try and thread a pass through for Kevin De Bruyne. Should be kept in, and it isn't, and that'll be a corner for Manchester City. And you would hope that it'd bring West Ham out to play. Not happened as of yet. Andy, I'm not going for 200 likes yet, going for 175, and if we hit 175, the next target will be 200 after that. So a corner here for Manchester City for Phil Foden to take. Bit of pushing and shoving going on in the penalty area, headed clear by West Ham. Rodri puts his head onto it. And Foden has a shot and straight into the midsection of the keeper there, comfortable in the end. So, we're through 62 minutes. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 175 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. As it stands, Manchester City on course to lift the Premier League trophy for a 4th consecutive season, becoming the first side ever, not just in the Premier League, but in the top division of English football, and making themselves history makers today. City leading by a couple of goals, leading by 3-1, 3 goals to 1 here at the Etihad Stadium. And we've got 27 minutes plus whatever's to be added on here for Man City to see out the job. Here is Bernardo Silva then to Rodri. Back to Bernardo. Here is Manuel Akanji. Twisting and turning. Plays a pass back. Looking for Diaz. Too much on it. Finds Walker instead. Thankfully, Kyle was paying attention. Here is Rodri. Gives the ball to Akanji. Here's Jeremy Doku now to Gvardiol. And Rodri can come forward Works the play very nicely from centre to right. Here's Bernardo Silva. Overlap coming in from De Bruyne. Comes in, squared across, and West Ham do well to get the foot onto it. De Bruyne takes a good touch. Takes it under control. Here is Bernardo Silva now. To De Bruyne. Walker. Foden. Back to Walker. Bernardo Silva now to Foden. Rodri. Gvardiol to Rodri. De Bruyne, Rodri. City just playing around. Rodri to Gvardiol. Here is Kyle Walker. Gives the ball to Foden. Here's Walker to Diaz. City just taking the time, knocking it round. West Ham happy to just park a bus. Ruben Dias to Foden, Akanji, Foden. Foden dropping deep to receive the ball. Works it to the left. Here is Doku. Kufal didn't know whether to come or go there. Here's De Bruyne now. Oh, it's a great pass. Here's Foden. Squares it across. Haaland. Good block in the end, and that'll be a corner for Manchester City. Danny, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Says hail Rodri and hail JSGC. Hail Rodri. Rodri is on fire. Andy, I'm not sure he's accumulated enough for a medal, Calvin Phillips. He is in the stadium, though, today. I think it's a bit harsh that you've got to accumulate enough games or minutes to get a medal. If you're involved in the everyday life of Manchester City and helping them win the Premier League, then surely you should be getting a medal. As a corner came in from City, Haaland couldn't get onto the end of it, and the referee, I think, has given another corner. I think it was Ruben Dias that just got his head onto it. But corner given to City, this time on the other side. Man City just taking their time again. Through 60 in the 67th minute here. With 23 minutes left to play. Corner comes in from City, and City were looking to score from a corner there, and Areola gets a fist onto it and puts it over the top of the crossbar and out for a another corner, this time on the other side again, as a little Poznan gets underway at the Etihad. Man City fans in full jubilation now. A big Poznan erupting around the stadium. Corner comes in. De Bruyne takes and headed clear off the line. It was over the keeper. And I tell you what, if was it Ward-Prowse, I think, at the back post there? Might have found the back of the net. It would have been Haaland. Sorry, it was Soucek in the end that gets it clear. So another corner for City, this time in the other side. One on the left, one on the right, one on the left, and one on the right. Fourth consecutive corner for City to go with 4 consecutive Premier Leagues. Foden to take. Foden puts it in, headed clear by Zouma. De Bruyne heads it into play. Diaz does well and finds Haaland. Akanji. Haaland has a shot and blocked, and Akanji has a shot. And City, Phil Foden's convinced of a handball. Haaland's asking for handball. The only man who's not asking for handball is the man who's had the shot in Akanji. Goes over the top of the crossbar in a corner for City. Have a look. Ooh. His arm's out. It's not fully out. It's just out a little bit. Hits his hand as he turns his body. Not for me. I don't think so. Not for me. I wouldn't like to... If it's at the other end, I don't think I'd like to see a penalty for West Ham for that. Yeah. Corner Man City. Yeah, no, not for me, that. So another corner. Foden to take. Very close to the keeper, and he falls, and it nearly goes over the line in the end. Areola keeps hold of it. He's struggling on them corners. He does well there, Areola, to be fair. He does well. Here's Zouma. Takes a heavy touch, and Foden nearly managed to find the interception. So Brentford managed to find a couple of goals. Now 3-2 down against Newcastle. Man United have just taken the lead away at Brighton through Diogo Dalot. West Ham are going to make their first change of the game. And Man City are going to make theirs as well. Manuel Akanji is going to be the man that makes way, and Nayef Aguerd comes on. And in the other substitution for West Ham, it's going to be Emerson coming off and Ederson Alvarez coming on. As we're now on to 160 likes, just 15 likes away from 175. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And that will be a free kick for Manchester City. Fact, thanks for tuning in. Tuning in from South Africa. Lawado says Foden, he wants him to get a hat-trick, says he deserves it. He's been brilliant. He's on course for my JSGC Man of the Match. We do still have another 19 minutes to navigate here at the Etihad. Nayef Aguerd to Ortega. Man City just needs to be careful not to concede, is where we're at now. Here's Ortega. Finds Ruben Dias. It does well there, Ruben Dias, to find Kyle Walker, and Kyle Walker can try and take a bit of pressure off City as West Ham choosing for this moment to try and put the squeeze onto City. Here is Erling Haaland, back to Kyle Walker. Here's Rodri, he'll just help mop that up and give City a bit more control in midfield. Ake to Foden, here is Josko Gvardiol. It does ever so well there, Rodri, finds Kyle Walker. Here is Ruben Dias now. Works the ball nicely to Jeremy Doku and does really well. Puts Kudus on his behind. Foden goes down and gets a free kick here for Manchester City. Goes down in a heap of pain there, Foden. Not happy with the challenge. Alvarez wants to pull him up and Foden says, let go of me. Just pulled him from behind there. Foden just feeling his upper thigh towards his groin there. I think he's alright though. Back on his feet. He's thinking about the free kick. De Bruyne stood over this. Foden stood over this. It is De Bruyne territory, but with Foden on the hat-trick, may he say to KDB, I'm going to have this instead. Slightly left to centre. Can Man City make this count? Can we find that all-important fourth? Can we wrap this Premier League trophy up right now? It's about 23-4 yards out from goal. Definitely shootable range. Can Man City make it happen? De Bruyne and Foden stood over it then. It's going to be Foden that takes and into the side netting. Just couldn't quite get enough curl onto the ball to put it into the back of the net. He's looking to try and go around the wall rather than over the wall. And into the side netting. Man City then, on the verge of making history. We've got another 16 minutes to navigate. I'll tell you what, Doku's been full of energy. He's had a really good game for City today, Jeremy Doku. Oh, it was good work from Kudus. Really good work. It's been the real bright spark, I think, for West Ham this afternoon. It's not been the easiest of games for West Ham. It's been tricky to navigate. When you've got nothing to play for, it is difficult to find the motivation. And when you go 1-0 behind after 2 minutes, it's difficult to find your motivation from there. To go 2-0 behind, it's difficult even more. Yet West Ham have really stuck with it with the game plan. A professional performance, just not good enough at the moment. But there's still 15 minutes to play. And there's still work for Man City to be done. One more goal will seal the deal for City. De Bruyne does really well. Finds Bernardo Silva. Erling Haaland. He'll want the early pass to come in. Bernardo Silva gets a free kick. He looked like he got the ball. Referee says no. Alvarez going into the yellow, going into the book. He's only been on the pitch a couple of minutes and he's already made 2 cynical fouls. That foul where Phil Foden nearly found the back of the net on the side netting, and then on Bernardo there. Does he get the ball? I'm not sure, but I think because his studs are up, referee's given the yellow card as well as the free kick. Anyway, Man City don't put the ball into the box. They're just going to knock it round as we enter into the final 15 minutes of the season. Here's Bernardo Silva. Looks for Kevin De Bruyne. Goes to the byline. Has to turn. He's got Kurt Zouma for company. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker now. To Ruben Dias. Back to Kyle Walker. Newcastle have wrapped it up. Bruno Guimaraes made it 4-2 at Brentford Community Stadium. So that will be them finishing in 6th. Sorry, in 7th. Chelsea are going to take 6th. Man United in 8th. So if Man United want European football next season, they do have to beat Manchester City next weekend at Wembley in the FA Cup final. Otherwise, they're going to be Europeanless next season. Erik ten Hag in, if you ask me. Here is Bernardo Silva. Finds Kevin De Bruyne. Goes back to Bernardo Silva. Clock continues just to tick away. Still hearing no reports coming in from Arsenal, so I presume maybe they've given up. Job's a good one, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Here is Bernardo Silva then for Manchester City. He comes in. Cuts inside. Finds Gvardiol. Here's Ruben Dias. To Kyle Walker. Here is Phil Foden. Back to Kyle Walker. To Nayef Aguerd. Nayef Aguerd once more. Finds Ruben Dias. Foden. He's just gone down there, Foden. Gets back to his feet and he's up and moving, which is good. Here's Jeremy Doku then for Manchester City. Has to turn inside. Does well to find a pass to Gvardiol. Here's Rodri to Gvardiol. Nayef Aguerd now. He's got the option of Ruben Dias on his right. He uses that option. 12 minutes remaining. West Ham have had 22% possession in this second half. No shots. Not what Arsenal have wanted. It's been a well-managed situation from City. Here's Rodri. Does really well. Great ball across to Bernardo Silva. Here is Bernardo Silva then into the penalty area. Looking to try. He's had a good game, Bernardo Silva. He's looking to try and find that goal. I think this might be the last time we see Bernardo Silva at the Etihad Stadium in a Manchester City shirt. I think he's just trying to end it one last time with a goal. bit of movement from the bench of West Ham. Man City have got 12 minutes to see out here. Oh, it's poor passing from West Ham. Out of play. Paqueta couldn't get it under control, and that will be a throw-in for Manchester City. It eats away at the clock here. 11 minutes and counting for Manchester City. Leading by a couple of goals. Leading by 3 goals to 1 here at the Etihad Stadium. So, guys, don't forget to... Europeanless Man U, we all enjoy it. 10 more years of Erik ten Hag would be great. Yeah, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 14 likes away from 175 likes. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. It's a very highly rated app, so I would appreciate anybody checking them out. It is free to download, and it keeps you up to date with all the latest scores, not just in football, but all the sports you love to go and follow. So I would appreciate everybody checking them out. As I said, it's free to download, so worthwhile doing, and it does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So we enter into the final 10 minutes of our Premier League campaign. And we've still got a job to see out. De Bruyne finds Haaland, looked offside. Flag is going to go up eventually against Erling Haaland there. It's very un-Erling Haaland to be offside. He's had a couple of offsides in this game. So here comes another change. Earthy's going to come on for West Ham. It's going to be Antonio that comes off. See if West Ham make any more changes, or if that's that. Their second change of the game. Yeah, it looks like it's just one. I wonder if Man City may look towards the bench and start thinking about that cup final at any point. I think Pep's just purely focused on getting this job done. 9 minutes, get the job done. Ball comes forward. Bernardo heads it clear. Here's De Bruyne, finds Kyle Walker. Here's De Bruyne once more to Kyle Walker. He works the ball to Nayef Aguerd. Here's Josko Gvardiol now. Finds Rodri. Here's Kyle Walker. I don't know, for some reason I'm really nervous right now, and I don't understand why. We're in absolute cruise control, and we're in a brilliant position yet. I sat here really nervous. Here's Foden to Jeremy Doku. Can we kill it off? Doku into the penalty area, and his shot's deflected and into the side netting. How many times are we at the side netting today? Corner for Man City. Can we make it count? Manx. Paqueta, no, not confirmed to be... He's not even fully confirmed that he's been cleared of his charges yet. I think that's expected to have some clarity in June, which will pave the way for Man City to make a move. At some point, it'll be cleared. I'm fairly sure they have a 12-month time frame if you're going to charge somebody to prove it before you drop the case, probably on insufficient evidence. So that might not happen. It'll happen at some point this summer, we'll see. Anyway, corner, De Bruyne to take. His betting charges, these allegations that have come out against him. That's the reason why Man City haven't made the move. They don't want him to end up like Sandro Tonali 2.0. That's why they made the move for Nunes instead of Paqueta last summer. And City have remained interested. They're just waiting for these allegations to go away. And in Brazil, they've cleared him, but in the Premier League, they've kept the allegations there. They've not cleared his name. They're waiting for him to be cleared. He hasn't been cleared. He's cleared in Brazil, so he's expected to be cleared in Premier League, but Premier League don't seem to be in any rush. And I'm fairly sure they've got a time frame of 12 months. And these accusations came about last August, so it might not be until August. I'd heard rumours about it being sometime in May or June, but I reckon August. So free kick here for Man City. 7 minutes remaining. City fans in fine voice, ready to celebrate. I will have a match reaction out for you guys after the conclusion of this game for you guys to enjoy. I will be going live on the Bleacher Report for half an hour, giving my thoughts and reactions immediately after this game. So upon the full-time whistle, I will be ending and heading over to the Bleacher Report. I'll speak more about that in a moment as De Bruyne puts the ball into the box and somehow Haaland's header doesn't go into the back of the net. It's just not Haaland's evening at the moment. Yeah, so I'm going to be going live on the Bleacher Report. I'm going to be doing a 30-minute segment giving my thoughts of this Manchester City game against West Ham and hopefully Man City making history today, which you can go and check out. I'll just post a link in the description. There you go. So if you press that on your mobile phones, it'll take you to the Bleacher Report app. It's free to download. It's free to subscribe, and I'll be giving all of my thoughts across there. Very highly rated. It's a brilliant, magnificent opportunity for me and an honour to be asked by the Bleacher Report to feature for 30 minutes giving my thoughts. So I would appreciate any support over there. That will be in the immediate aftermath of the conclusion of this game. I will then have my match reaction out on YouTube, probably around an hour to 90 minutes after the full-time whistle's gone for you guys to enjoy, and then we'll have the build-up to the FA Cup final for next week to look forward to, so I'd appreciate anybody checking that out. That would be absolutely brilliant. Here is Rodri for Manchester City then. 5 minutes remaining and counting. Not that we're clock watching. Here's Doku. Wonderful from Jeremy Doku. Into the penalty area. In the end, West Ham get a foot onto it. Man United's just gone 2-0 up. Højlund with the goal. Andy, I see where you're coming from with that David James shout. Former City goalkeeper as well. David James. I like David James. At the moment, a very clean, professional performance from City. There's a little sticky point for 1 minute where Arsenal found an equaliser and West Ham pulled a goal back when we should have been out of sight. Everything else has been dealt with perfectly by Manchester City. So, Lucas Paqueta, his afternoon is over and he's going to go off, and Danny Ings is going to come on for West Ham. There was a time when Danny Ings was linked with a move to Man City. I don't know if you guys remember it a few years back. Strange times. Strange times. That Phil Foden goal, that first goal, was an absolute finger beauty. Absolutely brilliant finish from Foden. There's a great assist from Doku for Phil Foden's second and Man City's second, and then Godfrey with that strike into the bottom corner. Right through the midway of the second half, has wrapped things up for Manchester City, you would think, and it's just about getting the job done now for City, isn't it? 3.5 minutes remain then. Here is West Ham coming forward. Can they make it a grandstand finish here? Ball comes across and out for a corner to West Ham. City need to be wary. See the game out. A West Ham goal here and all of a sudden you're in for a grandstand finish. Word will get to Arsenal and they'll push and try and find that goal. And if Arsenal find a goal and West Ham find a goal inside the next minute or two, then it is very much squeaky bum time. So, professional job, professionalism. That professionalism will see the job here. It'll see it done. Pep Guardiola is on one knee. Corner comes in from West Ham. And they've won the header and it's in! And it looks like a handball. And is given handball. Tomas Soucek is laughing. Oh no, they're giving the goal. He's claiming it and they've given the goal. It looked like handball. Even Soucek looks surprised. Let's have a look at this. It's big time handball. How can he even run away? That's the biggest handball I've seen of the season. How can the referee's original decision be give the goal? It's the most obvious handball ever. VAR. They don't even ask him to go to the screen. He just said he's handballed it in. Now, I'd like to... Soucek was laughing. I'd like to have seen Soucek just go up to the referee and just say, I've handballed it into the net. It's handball. His face said, I've handballed it in, and then referee's given the goal. Anyway, VAR's told him to disallow it. It's disallowed. There we go. A warning sign there for City. Warning sign. Right, guys. 11 likes to go to 175 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. So a minute and a half remaining. I imagine there's going to be a little bit added on here. Maybe, I reckon, maybe 5 or 6 minutes at the end of the game. Nathan Ake hooks it clear for City. Jeremy Doku gets the flick on. Phil Foden's gone down. He's in a heap of pain here, Phil Foden. It's the 3rd time that he's gone down in a bit of pain. He's feeling the lower part of his back, and a Phil Foden injury at this point in the game would be, and this part of the season as well, will be an absolute disaster for Manchester City. So hopefully he can, he'll be okay to continue. Manchester City then on course here to make it 4 Premier League trophies in a row. What an outstanding achievement that is. Outstanding achievement. So Arsenal are putting the pressure onto Man City. Odegaard has threaded a ball through to Martinelli. Everton aren't happy about it. Kai Havertz, so 2-1 Arsenal lead. Phil Foden's feeling his lower back, so he's going to come off and Kovacic comes on. He's in a heap of pain. So Kovacic comes on. Arsenal are ahead. Man City are leading by 2 here. Let's see how long's been added on them. 5 minutes then for Man City to see out. 5 more minutes for Man City to see the job out here, guys. 5 minutes. Areola works it to the left. And it was worse than Maradona's. It was so obvious. Everybody knew, apart from I can't believe the referee thought, you know what, I think that might be a goal. What is going on? Seamus, yeah, I agree. No more corners. It's looked like West Ham's most likely outlet. Ward-Prowse is a set-piece specialist, so there we go. There's one of the 5 minutes seen out here. Stewards are getting themselves prepared. They want to try and avoid a pitch invasion. Noel Gallagher, ready to party, certainly is. Making an appearance in the business end of the season for Man City. He was at Fulham away. He was in the away end at Spurs. He's here at the Etihad as well today. Here is West Ham just trying to see out the game in a positive manner, just trying to find a goal. West Ham have given Man City a game, to be fair. It's not been the easiest of games for City. Not been clinical for our own fault, but West Ham have really stuck with it when they've needed to. So, guys, as I said, I am going to be going right on full time here to go and do my 30-minute segment on the Bleacher Report. I'll leave the link in the description. So, I just wanted to go quickly through my promo. If you are enjoying the content, do leave a thumbs up. 175 likes is the aim. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links, they're in the description and in the live chat too. In the yellow banner too, if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description as well. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the game. Get your thoughts in the live chat as well. Do enjoy the celebrations, guys, in 3 minutes' time. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. The Geezer Dan says, I want the City players to drink and celebrate. They got United in 6 days. You don't want to over-celebrate. City will enjoy tonight. They will probably have tomorrow and the day after off for recovery, and then they'll start thinking about Manchester United from there. As Phil Foden's awarded the man of the match for his performance today. As I said, I will be live on the Bleacher Report for 30 minutes, so do go and check it out. It's a free app to download. It's free to sign up as well. I'm going to be giving my thoughts of this game and of Manchester City making it 4 Premier League wins in a row. Link is in the live chat. Please do go and check that out upon the conclusion of this game. That would be greatly appreciated. I've also just published my Man City congratulating them for 4 Premier League trophies in a row. We are ready and waiting, guys. Ready and waiting. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to everybody that's left their thoughts today, that's interacted with me, that's left a thumbs up, made it a legendary live stream. So thank you so much for that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Guys are absolute legends. We've got one more to go next weekend. Manchester derby, Wembley Stadium, FA Cup final. Can we make it a cup double? What a season this has been for City. The history makers, the 4P, Manchester City winning 4 Premier League trophies in a row. KA, thanks for tuning in. Blue, thank you as well. Much appreciated. Here is Josko Gvardiol to Kovacic. The City players are poised. The fans want to invade that pitch. They've got 60 seconds to see out. I imagine that the referee will hope that the ball will go out of play, that he can move all the players across towards the tunnel, that they can just sprint right off the pitch whilst the fans pitch invade. All fans are stood up. Jurgen Klopp's farewell tour comes to an end. Liverpool have won 2-0 at Anfield. That bids the end of Jurgen Klopp's tenure in the Premier League. Long ball sent forward by City. It'll be a free kick to West Ham. So one final bit of defending. It is going to be a win for City today. It is going to be 4 Premier League trophies in a row. It will be history for Manchester City. What an achievement. Really go out there. Celebrate. Drink it in. The City fans are already on the pitch. The security are telling them to get off. They're ready to pitch invade. Kevin De Bruyne is telling them get off the pitch. And now they're going to stop the play. The fans need to get off the pitch. They're not allowed on the pitch. What are they doing? Bernardo Silva's telling them, get off the pitch. Get off the pitch. I don't get what they're doing. Erling Haaland's come over saying, get off the pitch. Off the pitch. The City fans, they want to celebrate, but they're not allowed on the pitch. I get it, but you know, we've got if the added time's done. They've got 20 seconds to see out. Players are high-fiving. They're ready to celebrate. Ball goes long. West Ham flick it on. Ake. He's going to put it out. And there it is! There it is! Manchester City history makers. 4 in a row. Premier League champions. Pandemonium at the Etihad. There's a pitch invasion. The fans are ecstatic. The players are ecstatic. Wow, wow, wow. Manchester City, your 2023-2024 Premier League champions. Manchester City, history makers, the first ever team in the Premier League in the top division of England to win 4 championships in a row. An outstanding achievement. Absolutely amazing. Soak it all up. This is what it's all about. Drink it in. What a team. What an effort. Manchester City, your 2023-2024 Premier League champions. Come on. As I said, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. I'm going to head over to the Bleacher Report. Link is in the live chat. Come and join me on there. I'm going to be chatting for half an hour whilst they're preparing the stage and clearing the fans off and everything. And I'll have my match reaction up in the next 60 to 90 minutes for you guys as well. Yeah, thank you for watching. See you next week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let's go for a cup double. FA Cup, Premier League, big tick. Let's go for the FA Cup and the Manchester Derby. See you then. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.